5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow! Hello, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my fabulous brother, Alex.
My name is Alex Guthrie, and I'm here with my fabulous friend, Joe.
My name is Joe Fallick, and I'm here with my most excellent friend, Justin.
And my name is Justin, and I'm here with a glass of wine and a banana.
And we are here with Shadowrun Part 2. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday night. It is time for the INVICTUS stream. It's a time where we get together and we hang out and we chat together as friends with you, the community, and play a few silly little role-playing games. Hope you're all having a pretty good night.
Favorite night of the week, y'all.
Listen to that audience go.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the INVICTUS stream, this is an 18+ show. Why, you might ask? There are no words and very strong subject matter. So if you feel like you are not comfortable with words that make you feel funny feelings down south, then that's fine. You go ahead and you close the window. But before you do, you make sure you like it and you subscribe to us. That's your disclaimer. Gore, violence, you'll be Alex. Sex, nice. Sandwich.
Sorry, if you can't catch that, then, you know.
Too bad you didn't see good enough.
I heard sex sandwich on, I read that, so that's there.
Sex
so
sandwich.
if you don't like sex sandwiches, you close the video. But before you do, please like it, subscribe, share. Look, we don't monetize this shit. We don't ask you to buy anything on my desk because I don't have anything worth buying. But what we do ask is that you share. You go out and you talk and you say, hey, have you heard about the INVICTUS stream? They're real cool. And you show your friends and your mother who goes, I don't understand why you watch this. Go outside, get a job, please. But all those types of things that come along with being part of a community is what makes us grow and makes us happy. So please share word of mouth. Be cool like that. You want to be cool like that? Just be cool like that.
Yeah, and if you can convert these to an iPod, not an iPod, what's it called? A podcast.
It's called an iPod.
Then do that. No, convert these to a podcast.
An iPodcast?
Do that, and then share that.
Well,
share it.
We're doing that too.
Make a podcast for us.
Just make a podcast for us. Just
Edit all
transpose
the good
these
parts together
and cut out all the bad parts. This is
put
one
our
of the
names
good
on
parts.
it. We'll take all
We
the
only
credit.
roll natural 20s.
Only natural
Make
20.
incredibly different stories than what we tell.
That'd be kinda cool, actually.
Also, join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is where we do all the cool stuff. It's where we hang out during the week, where we talk and share stories and pictures and images and whatever you really want. It's sort of the community hangout zone. And when you join the Facebook group, a few fantastic things happen. Besides the fact that you get to interact with everybody on a daily basis, you also are in the running for winning something we like to call the most valuable post. The most valuable post. The most valuable post is the post of the week that we distinguish. It's something that might be conversation starting. It might be something that just polls the community in a different way. There's also the odd one that just makes us giggle very hard, and we want to distinguish that. So this week, I would like to announce the winner of the most valuable post. A newcomer, Mr. James Wright. James joined us just within the last week. He's watched a few of our games, and he asked the question, what kind of snack food do you like during the game? Which is a great question. If you haven't answered it, you jump on the Facebook group right now and you answer him. Or you post pictures of it in the Discord chat. That's right. You want to chat along. The link is in the description of the video on YouTube. You just follow the Discord chat, and you can go and you can talk to people. But it was a great question, James, and being a new member and asking questions like this that involve the community, that aren't just talking about what's going on in your life, but also engaging people. This is what it's all about, guys. This is what makes the community a place to want to come back to and hang out. So thank you. Thank you for doing that, James. Thank you for everybody who contributes in a way that's meaningful and interesting and makes me interested in coming back and talking to you guys. So thank you, James. Well done, everybody. It's also Trevor's birthday today, I think. Trevor and Victor's.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Trevor and Victor, happy birthday to both of you.
Dual birthday.
Dual birthday.
The thing is, there's going to be a time where there's 17 birthdays a day. Hopefully. That's going to get
amazing.
tough.
It'll be such a party.
If we get to the point where there's like 17, if we're that big and there's like 17 birthdays a day, well, hopefully even more than that, I'll just jump on video every morning and be like,
Yep.
happy birthday to John, Jacob, Jingle, Heimer.
Good morning, Invictus Stream.
We'll just do what they do at old folks' homes, and we'll have like an October birthday party and a November party, and like everyone who's a birthday in that month can just celebrate, and we can all play.
I kind of love that.
I love that too. And you know what? At
Let's
some
do it.
point, it'll get so big that we'll actually host a party, and we'll fly people in
Fuck
from
yeah.
all over the world, and have it out like the Air Canada Center.
That's
Yep.
yeah. Let's do that. That's the
At
thing
the
now.
Air Canada Center.
At the Sky Dome.
Think we can aim a little higher than that, though?
Yeah,
We
come
play
on.
RPGs at the Sky Dome.
The Roman Colosseum.
What's the Sky Dome?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, you mean the Rogers Center?
The Ted Rogers.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I know.
Oh, I'm Ted Rogers.
Do they play baseball there?
No, Skokie, I think.
Yes.
Skoggy.
That's the one where they kick the ball with the stick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And backgammon.
What's that one? Is that the one that's? Oh, that's the pistol. That's the one with the guns,
That's the
right?
one with
And,
the
where they ride the horses.
big backgammon tournament.
Invictus Stream Sports.
That's it for our sports column. Now Alex with the weather.
Legitimately
Alex?
though, maybe David. Yeah, David knows baseball. There is none of us know sports. Maybe a bit hockey. You, Alex?
I have played one season of hockey, sold all my equipment, and then realized that I was playing with the wrong stick. I was like, I'm actually this way. Play hockey.
So he's,
A whole season with the wrong stick.
he's the biggest pro out of all of us.
And then he's the biggest pro. David does watch baseball actually. So, but other than
No, the other dudes, they do.
Chris? Is karate a
Oh,
sport?
martial
though?
arts.
Is that a
Yeah.
sport? But I mean, you wouldn't go to a
Martial
bar
arts.
and watch.
That's a sport.
I'm just saying, you wouldn't go to a bar and be like, yo,
You go to
yo,
MMA.
put on the
Mixed-
karate game.
Mixed martial arts, Harlan. This is a thing. This is mixed. It's got martial arts in the name.
Yo, put on the karate. Put on the fucking karate
That's
game.
what the Olympics is.
I want to know who's winning.
Legitimately something that does happen.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, not in the same vein as the same sports that the weekly. You know what I'm talking about. And I wouldn't know anyway because I don't know anything about sports.
bro. It's because I got a small dick.
I love it. That's my favorite ever. Just done. We need to have an all Tiny Dick Kevin stream. That's my fucking favorite. Woo! All right. What are we doing? Shadowrun. Part 2. If you didn't watch Part 1, you didn't miss that much. No, a lot
Click
happened.
the link here.
Only to you.
Yeah, click the link.
Just kidding. Go find it.
No, we don't do that. We don't do any of that annotated shit. You just find the fucking video yourself.
One of these places.
One of this many places. Probably
No, it's
here.
down. No, it's down there.
It's over there. Everything goes
Right?
down. One's here and one's up here. But yeah, watch the first
Probably
one.
go that way.
Probably. It's gonna get weird tonight. So Shadowrun is up. Next week we're gonna be doing a one shot, and then the week after we're gonna be returning to Shadowrun. So next week it's gonna be a little crazy. Maybe trapped in the elevator with a sociopath. We'll just mix it up. I don't really know what's gonna happen next week. I got no plans. Maybe end of the world. You guys tell me. What do you want next week? I'll fucking do it. I don't give a
Yeah.
Oh,
shit.
we owe an end of the world episode with Aisha.
That's right. So maybe we'll do
Yeah.
end of the
Yeah.
world. Maybe.
End of the
Let's do
world
it.
with Aisha as an NPC. You guys
let's-
gotta stat her out.
Let's
Someone
say
send
this:
Aisha an
who's the first name I read here that I trust on the chat will, let's say, Zia. Zia, make a post on the Facebook group with a poll, and you guys can vote whatever game you want that we played before. I don't want to learn a new rule system. So like End of the World, Trapped in an Elevator, fucking what else do we run? Something that I run because I'm gonna be running it, and I'll do it. And if it's End of the World, Aisha's in it. If not, I'll throw Aisha into something else anyway. Who cares? So there you go. you do that. And that's next week. Also, I'm going to do a spooky stream this weekend. Maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. You guys tell me as well. Zia, same thing. Which do you prefer, Friday or Saturday night?
It's a Zia stream.
It's the Zia stream. I think Friday is like nicer but I think I'm more tired on Friday, so I think Saturday might be nicer. You guys let me know. All right, that's that. That's what's coming up. And then the 20th, we got the Christmas game. That's exciting. Yeah, let's just say what's coming up. So next week's going to be one shot. We got Shadowrun after that. Then we're going to be doing a Christmas game on the 20th. It's unfortunately the farthest from the 2 points, but it's closest leading up to Christmas. So the 20th is going to be wild. It's going to be heavy drinking, Santa suit. Yeah, you're gonna want to be there. You do
Jingle
not want
bells,
to miss it.
mistletoe.
Chestnuts
Sounds like the
roasting
start
on
of a
open fire.
Christmas song.
Gonna
Jingle
get-
bells.
Batman
Mistletoe.
smells.
Robin
laid
later.
an
Oh, that's a teaser.
Kiss on Joker.
Um,
Laid a kiss. Get it?
jingle all the way.
Yeah. The doll. All right, let's do this. That's that, ladies and
Give me the
gentlemen. Without
toy.
further ado, we're going to do
Further ado?
Shadowrun now. A Jew without a Jew, because it's Christmas. We're going to do Shadowrun.
Oof.
Why do
Hey,
you tempt him?
Alex, it's locked on you, and I'm going to start the credits, and then you just look for my little camera, and I'll point at you when it's back on you. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadowrun. Shadowrun 2.
Welcome back. You awake, lying in your cots in the cold, damp, vacant shop, which was at one point Ash's repair garage. The broken sign and light hangs down from the front of the building. It reads, what was the name of your garage, Harlan? Ash?
I named it.
Ash's Stash?
It wasn't Ash's because it's not my like I own it, but it's
Okay.
not Ash's garage, so it doesn't say Ash's like repair shop. Let's call it.
Mufflers.
Let's call it Marvin's Mufflers.
All right. Marvin's Mufflers hangs down the sign outside of the front of the building. You each awake, sort of in the same area of time, being from prison so recently. You have an internal clock registered at 5:30 a.m. So you each wake up, gather your items, step outside into the light of the day, I should say smog of the day. You look around you, you see trash, empty, destitute shops and other buildings. A rat flees from an empty box. Looking up above you, you realize you're under a highway. And as you look up past the highway above you, the buildings skyrocket into the smog and disappear into the sky. Can't see the tops. As you exit the shop, you see the bay next to you with a beat-up old 2017 Chevrolet Chrysler. Let me just get that up for you because I've got it.
What does that look like? I'm very curious in this world of future technologies. I want to see the 2017 Chrysler.
Yeah, the 2017 Chrysler 300 convertible, but it's beat up and it's got marks on it, vandalism.
Oh.
Oh, this is a vintage. I know all about this car.
And Ash sits up from his cot off in the corner. So what's the plan, y'all? Seems like we need to get over to Germany somehow. And there's only a few ways that I think that's going to be easy to do. Anyone sleep on any ideas?
Well, Kevin says he knows how to use this car.
I'm not going to drive to Germany. Last time I checked, the bridges.
Well, perhaps it's a hover car, Ash. Had you thought of that?
Well,
No, I'm sorry.
But you
No.
said you know all about it. Perhaps you could make it levitate and go.
Well, I don't think we have the equipment necessary for those kinds of modifications here.
Ah, all right. Fair enough. Well, what do you suggest then, Kevin?
Well, I think we gotta go to the airport and smuggle our way onto a plane, probably make our way past security incognito.
Oh, well, that's perfect. I do have some fake IDs. Two for myself. I don't think the pictures will work for either of you, unfortunately.
Let me just get connected to the matrix here, and I'll see how much flights are going for today. So, bleep, 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 bleep. Do you want me to make a data search or?
No, for something of this simplicity I was reading, you don't need to do a search. Cool. So, yeah, you look up, and there are definitely commercial flights going anywhere from 20,000 yen or 20,000 new yen up to 30,000.
Well, look, before we head over to Germany, we want to get a few things straight over here, right? We want to speak to Brixie Carlisle, the beat cop. Said he might have an idea or two. And we got Pino, the mechanic. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah, he said...
He might have a lead on other means of transportation as well.
Well, yeah, and he's a mechanic, but he was also... there was an unhappy employee at the Ares. And they're a competitor of Seder Krupp, right?
That's right.
That's correct. Yeah.
So maybe we want to go on a little bit of a joyride first.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But the other thing is, now remember, our little dwarf friend said that there's another team of Shadowrunners out there looking to maybe get a little bit of money on this too. So let's play it under the cover a little bit. I think maybe we go in not so much saying what we're looking for exactly. Maybe just some cheap rides over to Germany. Maybe we're undercover ourselves, but we'll maybe keep Seder Krupp under our hats for now. What do you all think?
Sounds good to me. Yes.
You're the boss.
We could take a flight to Prague as well.
Take
Czech
a train
Republic.
down. Yeah,
Take a train down. Then nobody would be suspicious of us going to Seder Krupp.
Now, Charlie, that's a good idea. I like that. So we don't go straight into the dragon's den, so to speak.
Yes, and I hear they have the history there. Some of the museums they have are quite fascinating.
I don't think we're on a pleasure trip, my friend.
Yeah, let's
no,
keep
it's not
focused.
for pleasure. It's surely for intellectual benefit.
I
It could
don't
help
care
with
about
our
no
mission.
intellectual benefit. Don't you
I
call me
can
Shirley.
you just go on the matrix and you find out whatever you need. So
Winona's right. Look, this car is working. I'm thinking we take it over to Brixie Carlisle. I've known him a few years back. At the very least, he'll tell us maybe these other Shadowrunners that are looking for him. There's 50,000 new yen out on this, remember? So there's a good chance that people are going to be willing to kill for it.
20 billion.
I wrote down 50,000. What's that mean?
That's what you have.
Right.
Well,
That's in your pocket.
What's the difference between 50,000 and 20
Yeah.
billion?
What's
Is there
the
a
difference? Just a few
apples and
zeros and a
oranges
number?
here?
All right. So
I believe we're each going to be getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 million new yen.
That's right. No, 4 billion.
No, I mean, it's 20 billion total. So.
let's not do this again. Who's on first?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of fuckload of money. Put it that way.
Shovel to shovel. Drive, put it in reverse. All right. Here's my thinking. Brixie Carlisle, the beat cop, might have at least inroads in. Why don't we speak to him first, then head over to Pino. If the two of them can't give us an idea, look, frankly, I think commercial flights might not be a bad idea. Fly into, like you said, Prague, land nice and quiet all like. Maybe around there we might find an ex-employee of Seder Krupp, which is the other thing we want to check. And I point to Kevin, I say, if you can get into that matrix doohickey and find out if there's any ex-Seder Krupp employees that maybe came over this way of the world, maybe we can track them down and talk to them. Might be a few disgruntled people that could tell us some back doors into the dragon's nest. I already said den, so that's not so clever.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. It might be a little tricky. I don't imagine people who used to work for Seder Krupp want to make that sort of shit public, you know. But I could see what I could do.
All right, kid.
Also, just so you guys know, it's on my fake sin that I mean, y'all have a fake identity, being that you're fucking shadow people with me. It's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Kevin.
Ah,
I think
happy
I got some.
birthday.
No, it's my fake birthday. So
Well, fake or not, Kevin, you're still
custom. Like, you might need to know that because I don't know what our covers are, but like, it's
It's your birthday. Wink, wink. All right.
Wink.
Charlie, just
I will
wink. You don't have to say
mind.
wink. If you say wink out loud, it's a bit obvious.
Wink. Yes, all right. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so Kevin gets himself settled down on like the least shitty cot that's in the garage, and kind of like plugs in and spends a little bit of time searching the matrix for some Seder Krupp folks.
And I turn to Charlie in the meantime and say, well, Charlie, seems like we're going over to Germany again. Remember what happened last time?
Ah, my goodness. How's your leg feeling from that, by the way?
I think the bullet's still in there. They got out most of it, but there's a shrapnel at least every once in a while. Flares up, starts getting up towards my ass. At first, I kind of liked it, to be honest, but...
Oh, yeah. Do you collect bullets as well, and shrapnel?
I try not to, but I think they collect me.
Yes, of course.
But look, I'm saying when we go over there to Germany, I don't want to do what we did last time. You know what I mean.
Get caught and chased by hundreds of mercenaries and employees, yes.
It just wasn't the smartest way to handle it, if you know what I mean. And I think that
No,
truth-telling
it wasn't.
ways of yours, Charlie, might get us that way. So can you keep it aligned?
Truth-telling ways?
Hey,
I'm
I
a
saw you from the
covert
get-go.
operation.
You said it. I didn't recognize you at first because you're wearing that suit, but your $5 mouth almost got us in trouble telling the truth about why you got arrested.
Ah, yes, you're right. As always, I do enjoy telling the truth because it's much more interesting, quite frankly. What would have happened if we'd just gone through the mission, done everything we were supposed to do without anything going wrong?
Besides getting away with a big fat paycheck in our lives and this piece of bullet out of my hip, yeah, no, not much.
I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, there is more to life than money. I'm going to make some coffee. Coffee!
Well,
And I turn
fuck.
around.
And Ash just says to himself, the minute I find it, you tell me what it is. I can take that too.
So
I'll take a soy calf, please.
soy cap.
There's whiskey under the bar, a little bit of bourbon. Just pour that in and don't worry about the coffee.
So as Charlie makes coffee, Kevin, you do your data search for this Exator Krupp, right?
No, I'm using my data skill of 3 plus my intellect of 4. And do I get to add because of my gear? I have, what is it? With my Matrix gear, I have a Sony Emperor comlink with. I have a Sony Emperor comlink with
Renraku
Rinkaru Ichi-OS with a browse program of 3. I don't know what the fuck that.
Makes
let's
sense to
just
me.
See what browse. Let me do my own browse. Here.
I'm not sure, like that. It's a very interesting system, and I love to talk a little bit about Shadowrun with people who have actually played it, maybe on Facebook in the next week, because it's really interesting, but so fucking complex. All of your gear modifies your roles in specific ways.
So there is using browse. So generally speaking, as far as I understand, oh, here we go. Matrix search table. As far as I understand, you basically have the use of 2. I don't have the answer, but you know what? I'm going to allow it. Fuck it. Let's say it. Yeah.
So that means I'll roll 10 dice.
Right. Because you're going to use data search of 3. Now, data search is actually a logic, but it's still 4.
Oh, sorry.
So 3, that's okay. 3 and 4, so 7 plus your browse of 3.
Yeah.
So 10. So you're going to roll 10 dice, and I already have a threshold picked out. Oh, wait. No, there's a threshold here.
I succeeded with a 3.
With 3.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you did not succeed. So
Guys, I don't...
can't find anything.
Sorry, there's nothing really coming up.
That's all right. And I bring her coffee back to her and
Him.
hand the...
It's
What?
fine. It's kind of like an unclear sort of gender at this point.
What happened?
I'm one of those like androgynous kind of people whose name is Kevin, but whose voice sounds a lot like Winona Ryder.
Is that actress from like 70 odd years ago? Listen, sorry, did you find anything on the Exator Krupp employee?
No, I'm sorry, I didn't. I mean, nothing over here. Maybe when we land in Czech, like I'll find something more. I'm sorry.
No problem, no problem. As Ash said, we still have a couple leads to follow up on, so once we finish our coffees, we'll just go and talk to them. We'll just tell lies.
Just go.
I think you're right. I think realistically, it was a bit of a thin lead anyway. Thought maybe we get lucky, but hell.
Worth a try, right?
Damn straight.
Absolutely.
And I say we take the car to Brixie Carlisle, who should be
All
right
right.
now. What time is it? 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
He should
Plus,
just be
you know
getting
what?
off his late night shift. He always
He's
eats
tops.
breakfast at that diner on the corner.
Excellent.
Charlie, you know
I,
you know the owner of that diner, don't you? What was his name?
Devin Hampshin. Strange last name. I never quite understood it, but Devin, yes.
I got a friend named Hampshin, actually.
Oh yes, related or the same one?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, either
not.
way, yes, him and I go way back. Actually, he's one of the first contacts I made after I broke away from the academy, so to speak, quite literally, actually. So we could speak with him. I'm sure he'd be able to point us in the direction of a friend.
Well, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if we need a quiet room, maybe to speak with Brixie in, maybe Devin can help. us out.
Capital idea, yes, definitely. A room, he'd be able to provide that. Devon, Hampshire. Yes.
Hampshire or
don't.
Hampshire?
Hampshin.
You just fucking said the same thing. All right.
No, Hampshin is what he said.
And then he said Hampshire, and then he said Hampshire again.
I forgot that was one of he has multiple personalities. One of them is Devon Hampshin, and one of them is
shit.
Devon Hampshire. And it's very confusing because they have very different personas. It's just coincidence.
Well, I can't drive. Kevin?
Yeah, I don't actually have a license for any vehicle.
I can drive in theory.
I probably can drive then. I actually don't really. I don't think driving is a thing. Fuck it, I'll drive.
It is.
Oh, pilot ground craft. I can. Never mind. Yep,
All right.
we're good.
So, Ash, you jump into the 2017 Chrysler 300 convertible.
Dukes of Hazzard style.
Shotgun.
Yeah. Slide across
Shotgun.
the.
Damn it.
What's Dukes of Hazzard style?
When you jump in through the window.
Okay. Yeah. There's no windows, so yeah, you jump in through the.
Kevin fucking
Rude.
tries it and he fails. He bangs his shit really hard.
No.
Fuck. Ow.
You get in, and the vehicle doesn't look like it was. Well, it looks like it was built initially in 2017, but there's been so many modifications. You know, there's like
I put this
doodads
8-track
and
in.
things. Huh?
I put this 8-track in just because I like the old retro.
Yeah. Well, there's like doodads hanging off, and there's like a
He's
GPS.
so tripped out.
Yeah, and so you start it up.
I'm big into the retro punk. I turn it up and fucking Bachman Turner Overdrive is playing.
Bound.
I was thinking,
wait, that's not
oh yeah,
Turner.
no, baby, just ain't feeling nothing
There you
yet.
go.
And I'm like,
Bound. Down. Okay.
Days.
Thanks. Dude.
Yeah, keep going.
So you get in, and what? You back out, and
I'm gonna
what?
drive over to the diner where I know Brixie Carlisle typically eats, that Devon Hampshin owns and operates.
Okay, so vehicles. As you can imagine, there is rolling for vehicles.
Really?
Yeah. So let's just take a look at that.
That's just in like a car race though. Like they say like
Yeah.
driving to the store
I think
doesn't necessarily.
It's gotta
require it.
be no roll. That's like walking through.
Unless this
Exactly.
is like a vehicle that you're absolutely unfamiliar with.
Well, and this is where we're going to explore. Okay, so you're driving, you leave the underground, and what, you get on the highway? Almost said the 401. Get onto the highway?
Yeah, I get on the super floaty highway, Fifth Element
So-
style.
You start on this highway, right? And you notice how this on-ramp takes you up and up and up and up, and you're now getting up to this highway. When in your rearview mirror, one of the two, shafty rearview mirrors, you see another vehicle, a really smoky, beat-up vehicle, and you hear bang, 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 and you see three gruff-looking characters.
Uh-oh. We got some guys on our tail,
Is
Charlie.
it those guys from last night?
Well, you recognize them as being part of the same gang.
They got those same fucking trashed up leather blazers that they have.
All right. Well, look, we talked some sense into the other three. Maybe it doesn't have to resort to violence.
You know these as a mobile. They're called go gangs that prowl the highway looking for fun. prophet, and victim. So they're basically, you know, these guys. So as you're driving down the highway, suddenly,
Charlie, what do your elf eyes see?
Well, I don't know about my elf eyes, but my human eyes see
Right, I'm an elf.
Three men in a
I forgot I'm an elf.
in a beat-up vehicle. They don't look totally happy. They seem to be eyeing our vehicle for some reason. Perhaps you have a taillight out.
Kevin's like getting his Colt Manhunter out of his windbreaker.
Should we stop them? Should we just disable them somehow?
Well, next thing you know, they are chasing you. You are now in a heated vehicle chase, and they're coming up right on your back, and they slam into the back of you, jolting you all forward. And you hear them say, "Get the gun, you idiot! What are you doing? You should be firing by now."
Are there any holes in the windshield?
Oh yes, there are holes in that vehicle. In your own vehicle?
No, in their vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of holes.
Distinctly heard them say that they're gonna shoot us.
Yeah, so I guess we could hear them pretty well. So I say, "Oh," and I just reach into my pack and I pull out a smoke grenade and I pull the pin and I throw it into one of the holes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, interesting.
Nice.
Okay, well, actually, before we do this, what we're actually going to have to do
Initiative.
is roll for initiative. So this is the way initiative works in Shadowrun. So you each have initiative written on your
8
sheets.
On your sheet. So that is the number of dice you roll. Okay, and you're still gonna add up the numbers of 5 and 6, and if you add in the edge, you can decide. But you know that's on you. If you want to add
4
edge.
for me.
So 4 for you.
I only have an astral initiative.
No, you do have a normal initiative. You've got your
it's in brackets.
So you're 7 and 8.
And I'm still not sure why my 9 or my 11 is in brackets. It's either 9 or 11.
It is 11. And I looked that up. That's because you have a reaction enhancer, which is really interesting. Did you look at? I think I put it in yours. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah. The reaction enhancer.
Read that out to the community.
Let me just pull augmentation. Is that?
Did I include it in yours? I might have put it in after the fact. Okay, so reaction. I did put it in after the fact. Reaction enhancers. By replacing part of your spinal column with superconducting material, a character's reaction time can be increased. Add the rating, or whatever, to the reaction. So you've got this like device in your spinal column which increases your. So you're rolling 11 for.
That's amazing. Reaction. That's really cool. That's badass. The lore of this sort of setting is so cool. Okay, so I will roll 11.
Yep. And these guys have a 6.
Yeah, I rolled 4 6s.
I rolled 4 combination of 5s and 6s.
I rolled 5 combinations of 5 and 6s.
Okay, so how many did you who you said you rolled how many, Joe?
4.
4? Harlan?
Same.
Okay. You rolled 4, 5, and 6. Justin?
I rolled 3 6s and 2 5s.
So you go first.
Okay.
Then
so I
Joe
see the.
Harlan.
Oh, okay.
And then, okay.
You do exactly what you're gonna do.
Bad guys.
So I see the 3 men in the car behind us, and they're gaining, and they seem to be shouting each other, and I can hear their words clean as day when I notice the holes in their windshield, just big enough, actually much bigger than the size of a smoke grenade. So it looks like it'll be a really easy shot. And I pull one out, throw it inside, and hope that it impairs the driver's vision enough to give Ash an advantage.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and roll my skill.
Before you do that, again, welcome to Shadowrun. The number a character can deliver grenades to a target by throwing them or firing them. The number 1 priority of the attacker is to land the grenade as near the target as possible. So you're going to roll 1d6.
Just one.
Yeah,
Is
just
that
one to
based on
start.
this? Oh, okay. Let's see how close it gets.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what kind of grenade is it?
Smoke. All right, so I'm resetting my die, and I'm rolling 1d6, and I got a 4. Good.
Scatter.
Medium type roll.
It's a good year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Make a standard range attack. Fuck. So I didn't read on projectile weapons.
It's funny that he didn't think that the first thing that we were gonna do was try to get in a grenade fight.
Not to
I know.
mention, yeah, it's funny.
I think you probably have to
roll
use
a d6. You're gonna have to
your
roll
skills.
agility
Okay.
plus your throwing or heavy weapon skill.
So my agility is 5. That's what the bar skill we attribute is, 5, right?
Your
BA is agility.
A. Perfect. And so I'm rolling 5 die.
and actually before you do that, do you
It's
have
like QWERTY, bar skill.
automatics, athletic skill, running? Yeah, so you're gonna roll a 5.
Okay.
Plus you don't have any specialty in that, so you're just rolling your basic ability to throw.
Right.
So roll 5 d6s.
2 5s. 1 1.
Excellent. And then
Oh, yeah.
I am going to roll to determine the direction.
Just in front of the car.
Excellent. So you are able to throw it forwards.
Okay.
The game master next calculates the base distance. This is very confusing. I'm gonna say you land it pretty near.
This is very confusing.
Perfect.
Go to grenade and how the blast affects. Grenade area effect weapon.
I would say it has something to do, it would affect their ability to see, like their perception or agility or the rolls, but that's just me spitballing.
What kind of grenade is it?
Smoke grenade.
So it's a 10-meter radius, but there's no damage. Yeah, okay. So, and what did you roll as far as success?
Two successes, 2 5s and 1 1.
And I'm going to roll the opposing roll for these guys. Their reaction, so
Okay.
the driver's reaction, and they don't have any special skills in driving, surprisingly enough. Yeah, you'd think.
You know,
That's
for
good
guys
news.
who are
It's their
dedicating
job.
their
Just
life
look.
to-
don't
These are the road
bash it.
dogs.
Just be happy about it. How many hits did you get?
2.
2. Okay, so they got none. He fails in swerving. It lands, in fact, because you hit twice, it lands right where you want it to. Okay? And the car fills with smoke. Sure enough, doesn't it swerve and go all the way across the lanes into the barrier on the other side? Boom, crack, crack. And let's say for just for fun, they have a collision into that barrier, and that causes some damage. And without me wasting everybody's time looking into this, let's just say they each take 4 damage.
So they have rules for collision as well.
Yeah. They have vehicle combat.
And not just like road vehicles, like space
air
vehicles.
Yeah.
tactical
Airbnbs.
combat, ramming, vehicle speed. They're going pretty fast.
Ooh.
And okay, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the speed that we're going. How fast do you think you're going?
Probably as fast as a Chevy 2017 can go.
Yeah,
You said we're on a highway, right? It's like
88 miles per hour in space miles.
kilometers.
Okay,
Space
cool.
miles.
Well,
So-
we're in the United Confederation of States.
And we use kilometers.
Ash is Southern. He wouldn't know none of this
Yeah, but in 70 years they figured kilometers.
so they got
Better.
smart. I agree.
They dropped the fucking.
You gotta stop being the weird ones.
Okay, so they each take 2 damage. So now they've only got 8 damage left.
But they swerve
Points.
back onto the road and they
8 hit points. Yeah, they swerve back onto the road
up towards us.
and the smoke envelops them, and then it clears out. One of the guys grabs the smoke bomb and tosses it. Okay, so now they were really pissed off at you guys. We're trying to attack you and you smoked us.
I thought that was obvious.
Good job, Charlie. That's a pretty quick, clever thing.
Yeah, you come back with some smart ass remark like that. Think about it for a second and then give me something really swift.
Yeah.
I've got 4 more.
Okay. Joe, it's your turn. So how do you...
Yeah, Charlie's like Kevin is like craned around in his seat, totally like, you can't even see my chair that I'm sitting in, so it doesn't matter. But he's like, oh fuck, that's amazing! Like you're so cool, Charlie! Whoa, wow, my mind's blown!
Oh, well, stay focused. We need you as a backseat driver to watch Ash's driving.
He pulls out his gun. He's like, I'm gonna shoot those motherfuckers. And,
I put my head down.
And I'm gonna do that. So I have pistols of 1. Do I use my agility?
You're gonna use pistols of 1.
Yeah.
And your that's a good question. I think I know this by now. Yes, let's use
it would be agility.
Yeah.
So I roll 4 dice.
Perfect.
Doop 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 doop.
And then these guys are rolling.
Oh yeah, 2.
Nice.
Do I get him?
Again, their rolls are on reaction. Oh, I feel like you should have rolled 2, but that's okay.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm only gonna roll 1 as well, but I don't
use your improv rules, Alex. When in doubt, say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got him.
So you hit twice?
I got a 5 and a 6.
Okay, so then, yeah, you hit twice. They hit once, so that means you do 1 damage value.
Cool. And for the Colt, that's 5. It says 5p damage.
Yes. So one of the guys takes 5 damage, which means one of the guys is now down to 3.
He's gonna die. I'm gonna kill him.
Do it. Kill him. Kill him good.
So you're like, you fire your little gun there, and you're like, boom, 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 and you hit a guy. Where do you hit him? And what's it look like? Let's describe.
So the smoke just finishes clearing out of the car behind us, and they're kind of like careening back onto the road, and Kevin like loses his mind for a second, and he's like, oh, I got this, and then he takes aim, and one of the shots like goes off of what's left of their windshield, and then the other one catches the guy in the passenger seat in the shoulder.
Nice. And also, just for the viewing audience, there is a way to properly resolve combat, okay? And that is you declare the attack, you apply situational modifiers, which I'm skipping. You make the opposed test, which I've done. You compare armor, which I'm skipping. Then you apply damage resistance, which in this case I've used sort of as the situational modifier. They're in cars. And then you apply damage. So ultimately what I did is I'm kind of making it work for this initial game of Shadowrun to work with my initial limited understanding of it, okay? So that's what I'm doing, and if you don't like it, then I'm sorry, but
we should have a tagline besides we make shit.
The door's over there.
We make shit up, okay?
So go through.
There's a little red X in the corner.
You could see yourself out.
Okay, yeah, so you hit him. Okay, Harlan.
Yo.
Ash.
Yeah.
Your turn. You're driving though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put the pedal to the metal.
All right.
Or should I just like pull out my gun and like reach over Kevin and just fire 3 times as I'm driving very
whatever you want to do. I mean, that's also fun.
For expediency and logic safe, I'm just gonna pump on the gas. But I'll still do a driving roll to see if I can outrun him maybe.
Okay, cool.
Even though they're smashed currently into a thing or other.
Okay, you're in a sports car.
Oh.
You're in a sports car, so you're gonna add +3 to your roll.
Perfect. And my roll would be groundcraft. Car plus 2, so 2.
2, yeah, you're in a car. So 2 and 3, so it's 5. Plus Ash, you're also going to use your.
It just says,
Let's say
groundcraft car. It says plus 2 and then 2. So does that mean 4 or
plus 2?
Do you see that?
Car plus 2. Yes, it does mean 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then plus an additional 3?
4 plus 3 because you're in a sports car.
Perfect. Or
so let's
maybe
do that.
Okay, well, I'll do that anyway. 7.
And then these guys have no. But
Ooh, I didn't get a single success.
Oh. Okay, well that's easy. You don't really go anywhere. You're like,
God damn, the
pedal to the metal, and it's
the
like,
floor. Yeah, that's
and then what happens? So I guess you hit like a big piece of asphalt that comes off the road, and it hits the engine, and the engine starts to smoke.
What?
But there's no real damage. It's just you don't really speed up. There's something caught, and in fact, that's what you say. You turn around, you say, "There's something
on the wing."
Something caught.
I'm just gonna say, this piece of shit don't go any faster. You got, if they start coming up to us, you two are gonna have to enter a firefight. And I get excited.
And then, so this street gang is actually, you know, they're pretty ridiculous as far as, you know, what they're trying to do. They have, Stever STMP. Stever, I thought they didn't have any guns, but they actually might not. Bear with me for a second here, guys, because one of the guys shoots at you with, yes, his Ares Predator.
What?
Which is a heavy pistol. Yeah, it's an Ares, which actually does sort of the same damage as your guns. So they're gonna roll pistols or automatics of 2 plus their agility. Okay, so that's this. And let's see, who are they firing at? Let's say
me. They fire at Charlie because he threw the smoke grenade.
And he's also like the closest to them because he's in the back seat, so he's the biggest target.
Fair enough.
They could be trying to fire at the tires too.
Or right at Ash in his dumb head.
Well,
what the hell's Ash dumb? What did he do?
No, they do fire at Justin based on what I rolled there, and they hit twice. Whoa. But Justin, you're gonna roll your opposing roll, all right, which is your agility, and how about your athletics skill? No, you have dodge or anything? No, you don't.
Close combat, unarmed combat, electronic skills, disguise. Infiltration.
It's not me. I'm one of you.
Well, it seems like something that my enhanced reflexes would help with, but that's just for initiative. So, yep. Okay. So agility.
Oh no, reflexes. Absolutely, reflexes of 7. You're right. Yeah.
Okay. And so it's just reflexes though.
But let's see. Defend. What can you roll here?
Gymnastics. No,
you
I think
have armor.
I do have armor. I have an armored jacket.
Let's use it then. What the hell?
It's chilly. It's what is it? It's October.
Chilly.
That's right.
November.
Make a roll test. So okay, roll your reaction.
Okay.
Oh, skill and attribute.
Two hits.
Okay, perfect. So. And then actually, what's your armor? Does it say anything on your armor?
My armor jacket, it doesn't say anything on my sheet itself, unless there's something. No.
Okay.
Just
so
weapons.
he misses.
Oh, sweet. So a tie goes to the defender?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I was trying to think of if you had armor and we could pull it into play right now, then I'd have it ricochet and hit him back, but I'm not going to give you too much of an advantage here.
Perfect.
Okay, and so we're back up at Justin.
Jesus. Oh, all right. Stay on the road, Ash. You're doing great.
I'm trying. These guys are shooting past my head. My
How
big,
close is the
dumb
car?
head.
It's like right on your rear passenger side. It's like he keeps kind of ramming into you, Harlan.
Yeah.
Ram jamming us.
Ram jam.
Whoa, Black Betty.
Ram jamming.
No? Nothing?
Bow, 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 bow.
That's the name. The
Did
Black
you not
Betty
hear
is
us
by
both go
Ram.
ram and jam?
Black Betty's by Ram Jam.
Yeah, we were just waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, Black Betty, ram and jam.
Oh. Okay.
Black Betty had a child. Ram a lamb, damn thing, wild. Ram a lamb,
Okay, so what'd you roll?
So what I'm gonna do is, since they are like ramming and it's knocking me off a little bit. It's knocking me off. I'm going to knock it off. I'm gonna pull out my Uzi.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
I think it's an Uzi. I've got an
Yeah.
Ingram smart gun.
yes, it is a submachine gun. Are you gonna use it on semi or full automatic?
Full automatic.
All right.
That's what a gun sounds like.
What was the gun sound, Joe? This is my Porky Pig gun.
I know guns.
Whoopah!
All
Like
right.
I know sports.
Whoopah.
Beep, 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 beep.
And as you pull it out, you hear one of the guys go, "He's called the Ingram smart gun." Ah!
Hey, these boys are from the South. Maybe I should speak to them first.
This man knows his
Hey, y'all from
guns.
Texas? I'm Fort Worth.
Alrighty. So, did you roll?
No, so I'm gonna be rolling my agility
Your
Gun
agility.
sound.
to shoot a gun, or
I
is it
think
like
so.
shooting? Is there a shooting one or?
Yeah, you actually have automatics, so you're gonna do 4.
Okay.
4 plus your agility.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
9.
agility.
Total 9. So here we go. I'm gonna roll away.
And I'm gonna roll 2.
Okay. So you can hear the shell casings fly out of my Uzi as I open fire on this car behind me, and I got 5 hits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm seeing that too. Okay, so as you riddled the vehicle with bullets, you managed to. What would you rather do? Kill somebody or injure somebody else?
I was hoping to injure the car somehow.
Just over the tires.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
Wait,
hoping like
the hover tires.
hit something important, and just like
Okay.
firing around.
Okay, let's just see how that works with the vehicle.
Whoa, Black Betty. Bam, a lamb. Whoa, Black Betty.
It's your turn, Joe.
Beep, 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 beep. It is?
Oh no, it is.
Okay, you know what? You got 5 hits. Fuck it, let's move along. You take out 2 sides, both tires on the one side of the vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
And it comes to a screeching halt. And as they're like swerving, they hit also a big pothole on the ground. And you just see the vehicle come to a sudden and immediate stop. And it's not like it flips or anything. You just see it go, boom, and the 3 guys flip out of the car, and you guys race off into the rest of traffic, into the rest of the morning traffic.
I took a parting shot at the dudes just to tell them not to fuck with us.
Well, why don't you roll for it? Let's just see what happens.
Cool, I'll do that. I like I think Kevin's
Mixing
kind
it
of
up.
got like a nasty sort of.
A nasty side to
Like
it.
a
Oh, I didn't get it.
Pistols. Well, what'd you roll? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
1, 4, 3, 3.
Okay. Sounds good. You take off
Charlie.
away
Straight
from
by
the
north.
gang.
That was
I-
fucking
Congratulations, guys.
awesome. That was so cool.
So Jesus Christ, wonder why they were following us. Do you think it was from the rumble last night?
Could be that's their job.
Maybe
But
they don't
one
like
thing's for
BTO.
certain. One thing's for certain, the state really needs to do something about this highway. Watch! Another pothole!
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
It's all right.
And you notice that as you drive along, you're whipping by shitty cars, and you're also seeing really nice hover cars like the Bentleys of like fucking hovercrafts. And you're just whipping down, and you're still going 80 miles an hour.
Of course. And in fact, we're just getting where we are, and I find the turn off toward the
Perfect.
cafe, and I slow down to one of the side streets. And just there, as I roll to a blumbering stop, because it's blumbering. And I put the hover car
Lumbering stop.
and I run down a little bit, and I bring it to a stop, and I
Perfect.
say, "Well, there's a cafe there. You said you know the owner still, eh? You said Devin is his name? Devin Hampshire?
That's right, yes, Hampson. He should work there. I have no reason to believe he wouldn't.
You guys been here before?
Oh, yes, several times. It's a good place to get a good grub.
I
If
would
you,
love to eat a grub.
You'd love to eat a grub. It's the only place that serves actual live insects.
And they got Soylent
Great
Green,
source of
which
protein.
is delicious, frankly.
Amazing.
You call it green, did you say?
No, Soylent Green, it's people.
Soylent Green, yes. Yes, people, yes.
Soylent
But they're
Green,
old.
it's people.
They're old people, so they're
Well, some of
Very.
them. I prefer the younger ones.
They have to go somewhere, though, right?
And they got a
Right.
fuck ton of lambus bread. You know how
I
love
got
lambus
nothing
bread.
wrong with
Who'd have thought that that's where the world would go, you know? An aging population after the aging baby boomers years ago.
The Asian population?
The aging Asian populations.
How
put
the
them all in
aging
nursing homes.
population?
Yeah, that people like born in like the 1980s are now like our food.
That's right, yes. Who'd have thought that would be the direction humanity would go? I mean, it's a little morbid, don't you think?
Yeah, you guys are all
Nuts.
pretty weird. We just stick to lambus bread.
Ah, yes. Well, you don't know what that's made of these days, right? Have you seen one of those factories? I saw a video once. God, don't want to see how it's made. You'll never eat it again.
How it's been.
How it's made. Lambus bread. We start by grinding up lambus.
So you guys
Lambus.
lamb bread.
The only lamb that
Oh, God.
separated from their mothers. At birth.
So you enter the small diner, and it's called, no doubt, Hampshins.
No doubt Hampshins?
No doubt, yeah.
No doubt Hampshins. I like it.
It's my life.
Sorry I'm not home right now. Walking in
And
the
it's
spider
now
webs.
or never.
Leave a message and I'll call you back.
Oh, you guys are doing that one.
Well, he did the other no doubt.
Okay.
It's my life. Do-do-do-do.
Yeah, I got that one. After
God, we have to go to karaoke right now.
I know.
Karaoke time.
Okay.
They've got karaoke here, I believe.
So you enter in, and Devin Hampshire, who is he's a troll, and he's making pancakes on the flat grill in the front. Oh, good morning.
Hello,
oh
Devin.
my God, is that Charlie Umber?
Ah, in the flesh, yes. Great to see you again, old
I
chum.
didn't think I'd ever see you again. And he comes out and he wipes his hands on his apron, and he gives you this big grisly hug.
Okay.
And you just feel his like
Bristly
pecs.
or grizzly?
Grizzly, because he's like
Yeah.
he's a troll.
You're the
He's
kind of
all
like
grizzly,
teeth, you know.
gristly, and he gives you this hug, and you just feel his pecs surround your face, and you're like, "Oh my God, this guy's strong," you know. And he
Well,
says-
I haven't rav boated you in a long time, but it's good to see you too.
I love how you use that. That's excellent. So he says, "Oh, what can I get you, Charlie? Yeah, why don't you introduce me to your friends here?"
And
Well, yes. But just come back here for a second, and I eye the other patrons.
Yeah, and as he's talking, I actually just with Kevin scan the booths to see if there's a cop sitting there.
There's not yet, at least.
Oh, okay.
Is there a room that we could speak in? We have some delicate matters to discuss with you. If you know what I mean, Devin.
Well, I don't have a private room, but I've got a booth in the corner. Come on! And he walks, boom, boom, as he's walking through his joint. And you hear the jingle of utensils on tables.
Can we just stay here? I like this. Let's just take this.
I turn back to Ash and Kevin, and I say, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Trolls have a very hard time keeping their volume down. And in fact, I think it's physiologically impossible for them.
This guy seems really fucking cool.
Yeah, I
They
kinda
can't
like it too.
whisper. Well, yes, but it's not very good for subterfuge.
Maybe if he can't be quiet, we'll just be so loud we'll drown him out. And I walk over to the
Maybe we'll
jukebox.
just shut him up.
And I walk over to the jukebox that's sitting in the corner, and wait till they sit down and he starts talking.
All right, so
Volume?
you can sit here. And he puts his hand out, and his hand's like the size of your torso, Justin. Or Charlie, I should say. His hand is like the whole entire size of your torso, and he squeezes in his side of the booth. And it's one of these big corner booths. Okay.
Right.
But there's like a half wall, and you're kind of out beside at the end of the bar area of the grill. So you really are out of the way. You're not really in anybody's eyesight. So it's as close to a back room as you're going to get here.
Well, we're looking for someone, and I just got out of the slammer myself, and
Charlie Slammer is about the funniest thing I heard all day.
well, I thought so too. But it's quite serious. Yes, I was in there for 6 months and got out much earlier than I should have. But I need to travel, and right now travel is very difficult. We're looking for someone actually. Would you happen to know Ash? Oh, by the way, this is Ash and Kevin. Devin Hampshire.
Nice to meet you, Devin.
Is Devin sitting with like his... I'm imagining him kind of sitting in the spot where Kevin wants to sit, where he can like see all the doors and everything. So I think Kevin's like pushes in beside him on the booth a little bit, and he's like, "Hi there, it's nice to meet you. My name's Kevin."
Whoa! And he kind of looks down next to you and next to Charlie. "Oh, aren't you a cute little one?" And he grabs you and squeezes you. "Whoa, you want to get close, huh? All right, well, you just sit right there. Can I get you guys some pancakes?"
Maybe
yes.
after. In a little bit, maybe.
Oh, after I was going to say definitely right now, but after.
All right, and he gets up, and without even like flinching, not even a try, Kevin goes flying out of his seat into the wall. "Let me just get you those pancakes." Boom, boom.
And I turn to Ash and I say, I probably didn't need to mention that I just got out of prison. But
Yeah, I was gonna say.
well.
But listen, let's start being smart from here on out, all right?
He's a good friend of mine. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to tell anybody that I was in prison for some reason.
No, he's a great guy. I'm more thinking about whoever else might be in this bar listening. Remember, there are other Shadowrunners looking for this, and Brixie Carlisle might be a bit of a contact for a few people.
That's true. I struggle with this whole non-truth telling thing.
I know. Listen, why don't you stick up front with him? He's not the only man working this place. And are there any other waitresses, waiters, cooks in this entire joint that work here?
You see like a short, skinny elf.
Perfect.
That's kind of working the milkshake machine.
As a fellow elf, I walk over to that one, and I kind of nod to Charlie and say, might be able to get the same information from a quieter source. And I walk over to this elf.
And you can get me a chocolate milkshake while you're at it.
Yeah.
And as you say that, you hear Devin walking back, boom, boom, and he's walking back to the table where Charlie and Kevin sit, and he sits a plate down of pancakes that's like, boom. each pancake's the size of a plate, and they're stacked like 3 feet of pancakes on the table. Here you go. Have a few pancakes. They're on the house, Charlie.
Oh,
He
well,
turns around.
thank you so much. Is this
and
all you
walks-
have, though?
Or did you want some more?
No, I just joshing you. Don't worry about it. Thank you so
much. Boom, and he walks back to the kind of the kitchen area where he's continues cooking.
So I walk up to the elf. Is it a male or female?
Oh, it's a female.
All right, and I say, "Hey, darling, worked here for a while. Haven't seen you around these parts."
She looks very nervous.
And I say, it's all right. And I reach a hand out and I kind of put it on top of her hand to calm her. I say, it's all right. Do you have a second to talk?
Why don't you do an etiquette roll, which would be your 2. Let me just make sure I get this right.
2. My etiquette's 5.
Etiquette and charisma. So 2 and charisma.
So my etiquette's 5, and my charisma, is that just my attributes up here with a C on it?
I'm not looking at you. Hold on. Is your camera on? Because you keep.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing your stuff.
Can anyone else see me?
Etiquette is the bar skill Oh, actually, no. It's an active skill. It's an active skill.
Active skill. I have 5.
Etiquette 5 plus charisma, which is 5.
Wow. So 10. Okay.
So you're gonna roll 10. Yeah.
Good luck.
You say that, but all right.
And
1, 2, 3 successes.
And then I am doing. I think it's. Okay. How many successes?
3.
Okay. Well, she doesn't.
I also have qualities that are first impression, if that makes anything different. I don't know what it means,
what's your quality?
but this would be first impression.
Your quality.
I'm not asking you ever yet. I'm literally just introducing myself.
Though.
Why don't you say what you say?
Yeah.
It's the hand. It's the hand on the.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Sorry.
Well, it wasn't like it was more just I'm very touchy with people. I'm very like, I'll reach it. What is that? Just mean like.
I don't like touchy people.
That's just me in real life. I'm just very like, oh.
Okay, what I want you to. How many did you get? 3?
Yeah.
I want you to roll 2 more.
2 more sets of 10?
No. Just 2 more die.
Oh, okay.
Because that in first impression actually adds.
6 and 5.
All right.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry, she says. Oh. What? Sorry. What was the question?
I just said hi,
It's like the
darling,
worst
and
waitress ever.
I put my hand on top of your hand.
And she's flustered. She says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you asked me a question." And she looks at you, and her eyes light up. Another male elf, young, attractive, and she's a young, attractive female elf. So she looks at you, and she's kind of, I guess, a little awestruck.
Shame I'm not into females, but I'll make it work. And I look at her and I say,
"That's cool,
darling. I wonder if you could help me with something. I'm meeting a friend. Comes in here every day. He's a police officer by the name of Brixie Carlisle. Now, I haven't seen him in a few years, so I'm hoping to surprise him, keeping it under the hush-hush. And the owner's a bit too loud, so I was just wondering if maybe you could help me, point me in the direction of where Brixie might be sitting when he comes in."
Oh, Brixie. Oh, I like Brixie. He's such a kind man. He usually sits over there, and she points to the booth that's actually just next to the corner booth where Charlie and Kevin are sitting with a massive pile of pancakes.
Okay. And I say, well, thank you. Now, I haven't seen him in a number of years. I haven't seen him in a number of years. Anything you maybe have overheard about him that I can maybe surprise him with? A little bit of information, a little bit of background, perhaps?
I haven't heard anything on Brixie. He just comes in for his daily coffee. And she looks at her watch and she says, "And actually, he should be here any time now."
Perfect. Appreciate that, darling. Now, I'm trying to think of the benefit of this. I could probably try to convince her to like let me take the apron and like pretend that I'm like the thing. But would it benefit us all for me to pretend to like get close to him that way? I guess not.
Must take the apron.
I'm just thinking like through the next 5 steps.
The quickest way to get information.
Hey, I like that. No, so I just say,
Well,
all right, darling. Keep between you and me, please. I'm
Wait,
a friend of
ask her if she knows what his like, how he takes his coffee or something, so that you know what I mean. So
yeah.
you can like.
How do you actually? Yeah, that's a good question. That's the only thing
Interesting.
well, that's what I was trying to figure out with information, but the coffee thing's a good angle. Do you know how he takes his coffee?
well, he uses this old terminology, something about cowboys, where if the spoon stands up straight, then it's black enough for him.
Right. So he likes it strong. I like strong.
Some
men.
would say.
All right. Thanks.
Well, I'd
darling.
like strong men too.
Yeah, and I begrudgingly kiss her hand as I walk away. And as I turn my back, I just kind of shudder at the thought. Ugh.
And she goes back to
Girls.
making milkshakes.
Why couldn't it have been a dude? And I kind of go back to Charlie, Umber, and Kevin. I kind of give them the old, and I go sit in the booth next to him. I suppose the one that Charlie occupies. Might give us an opportunity to strike up a conversation. I don't remember the actual reason Brixie came up. I believe our contact, the dwarf, mentioned him as being a point of contact, so he would be open to giving information. So we might have to, we don't have to be coy, is what I'm saying.
What's coy mean again?
Like clever and sort of
Elusive.
deceitful. Yeah.
Like pretending that you don't know like the definition to a word, so that you might seem one way.
Right. No, you don't.
Like
He
the word
knows you.
coy.
Yeah.
You guys have known each other. You guys have worked on stuff. You come to each other for certain things in the past.
Oh,
And
so
actually,
I
he's
didn't have to
relied.
ask who it was. Basically, we know this guy.
Yeah.
So basically,
It
just
was
wasted
fun, a
the
little
last
bit
15 minutes.
interact.
Well, no, because you didn't know if he was going to be in here or not.
No,
You know.
we are going to impress him so much. He's going to be so stoked to see
That's
us,
right.
and he'll be blown away when you know how he takes his coffee.
I'm gonna blow him away already.
Exactly.
He'll do
Exactly.
anything for you.
Anything at all.
Any-
So, as you sit down, you hear the pring pring of the front door of the cafe open.
Who installed a telephone at the front door of this?
No,
place?
it's not a telephone. It's the
Ring, ring.
I know, it's just funny.
Could you answer that?
Every
I just
door
walked in.
like this.
I get you.
And in walks a husky orc.
Ooh.
Teeth come up from his bottom,
Brixie.
dark pale on most of his face except for a patch of lighter green. Did I see dark pale?
I was just about to say,
Dark-
what's dark pale?
Dark green
Lots of ebony ivory.
with a patch of lighter green over
Lighter
here.
pale.
Yeah,
Lighter
a whiter
pale.
shade of pale.
Yeah.
Proctal harem. I said
50
proctal
hues
harem.
of pale.
Yeah. And he's 50 shades of green.
Gray.
And he's wearing a fedora and a trench coat. You know,
Oh.
basically like
It's a very
ninja
fancy beat
turtle.
He's a very fancy beat cop.
Yeah. But this is just Brixie. And he walks in and he says to Devin,
Morning, Devin.
and he also nods to the young elf lady at the desk. My usual, he says. And he goes and he sits down. He doesn't even like notice you. He's just in his own thoughts, and he's got a newspaper. He sits down.
And
at the
I,
table
Kevin?
next to you.
Kevin is like eating so many pancakes. Just not even paying attention to what's going on.
and
Both
I see
hands.
Kevin eating pancakes.
Charlie
and
secretly, he's really involved too. And little does Kevin know, that they have entered a competition together, and Charlie is trying to eat as many pancakes as he can.
Oh, good luck, Charlie.
Yeah, well, Kevin, you're about half my size. There's no chance.
Yeah, but I'm 16-year-old boy.
Ah, damn it. Yes, you are.
I can eat.
And Ash, the only one that's actually trying to fucking steal the prototype from the German dragon, enters the booth with the organ while he's eating pancake. And I slide in across from Brixie and I say, Brixie, still taking it till the spoon stands up, as the waitress slides the coffee in front of him.
He looks at you. What the fuck are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? I need information. I want to talk.
I heard that you went away.
Yeah, I did, and I'm out.
How the fuck did you get out?
You leave that up to
Say,
me. I need
If they saw me sitting here with you, you know, I could be put away myself.
All right. Meet me out back in 5 then.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I step out and I look to Charlie and I look to Pancake Face and I say, yeah, let's not worry about it. And I just head out.
So you head around back.
Yeah.
And there's Brixie.
What the fuck are you doing here, Ash? I thought you were put away. You know you can't be seen around me.
Listen, I'm pulling a job and I need a little bit of information. Can I still trust you to do that much?
What's in it for me?
What do you mean, what's in it for you? Same thing that's always been in it for you. Pride of knowing you helped a friend.
Yeah, friend. You're lucky I didn't get put away after that last time I helped
Hey,
you.
that last thing was not on me. That was that fucking girl's fault, and you wanted to bring her along.
Well, listen, you just keep that to yourself, all right?
No, you're the one that just brought it up.
I know, but I'm just telling you how I know I'm supposed to trust you.
I told you last time not to trust a dwarf. You're the one that wanted her there. I said it wasn't going to be doing nothing, nobody no good. You're the one who wanted to bring her on. This time, I think you owe me, if anything.
All right, what do you want? What do you want? Just tell me what you need.
Look,
and
we're
maybe
trying
I
to get
can help you.
into a big one. We're trying to get into Seder Krupp. Is there anybody you might know?
Seder Krupp.
Yeah. Doesn't matter why.
He kind of leans back against the brick of the wall.
Now, why would you want to be getting into Seder Krupp?
That don't concern you. Don't worry about that.
And he smiles and laughs and he looks at the two of you guys.
You telling me that you three are
Are
on
they with
this?
me right now? I figured they're still eating pancakes inside.
Oh, I don't know. Did you guys follow him out or?
Yeah, I think midway through this dialogue, Kevin and Charlie kind of.
I just see Kevin being like, "Oh, I'm coming." Oh.
Just munching on a pancake.
Kevin,
Yeah, Kevin's actually
you win.
holding a pancake as we walk back out into the alley. It's like,
I told you won already.
And I say to Brixie, I say, don't matter why. I got a few questions.
And he's
Why?
got this big orc grin.
All right, what's the grin about?
You guys are in this wild goose chase off of this prototype.
Why you,
This prototype that dragon came up with.
why you
What?
think it's a goose chase?
maybe we are, maybe we aren't.
You know,
Good
man.
one, Kevin.
You know, Ash, these corps, they don't care about us. They're in it for the money. This is all some big master plan to get the media hyped up, get their sales up.
I can feel
Sure.
Kevin's
Wait,
heart beating
you know what?
with the shared fucking what's it called? Conspiratorial nature that I've already known Kevin to have. And as you're talking about these like major things, I'm like trying to eye him to make sure he doesn't start freaking out as well.
You're saying these corporations are just in it for the money? What kind of a corporation?
Who are these friends of yours, Ash?
Listen, it doesn't matter about the hows and the whys. I gotta know a few things. First and foremost, has anyone else come to you about Seder Krupp information?
Well, what's it worth to you?
For fuck's sake, why don't you tell me what you know and we'll figure out what it's worth?
Yeah,
Because if no one
I've
can-
had some other illegitimate folks
Yeah,
come
now
to
we're
me.
talking. What can you tell us about them? Obviously, there's other Shadowrunners on this. We want to make sure we're watching our back.
Yeah, just one group that I know of. You might have heard of them. They're always trying this shit, but I don't know how successful they are. I don't know them as well as you, and I'll tell you one thing. I never told them anything, and I sure as hell won't help them. Just like I won't help you, unless it means getting you out of my sight.
Well, yeah. Who were the people? This wasn't Aldo's group, was it?
No. You heard Coy Leone,
Oh, yeah.
Henry, Two-Bit Spit, and Freddie Malash. Yeah, those three.
When they come by?
Oh, I say 2-3 days ago.
2-3 days ago. How the fuck they get here so quick?
Well, they weren't here. I was actually out on a cop-related thing. There, you see how we were busting a drug house, one of these what do they call it, smack houses, with all these new-fangled drugs. I can't keep up with the names.
It's sort of your fucking job, too. Listen,
You're not a very good cop, I guess.
did you tell them anything?
Who the fuck are you? And you hear
Oh,
a growl in your
sorry.
face.
I stepped between. Oh, just wait. It's okay. Listen, Kevin, he's full of energy. That's all. He mistook the banter you and I have developed over many years as a playfulness and a sense to encourage his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I turn to Kevin and I say, but that's not the case right now. Listen, Brixie, did you tell them anything, or did they tell you anything about maybe what they have on this?
Oh, I told them something. I told them they could fuck off. They're all up in that drug shit anyways. Hey, you can't stand these tweakers. I just wanted to kill them myself, but I couldn't.
Did they tell you anything that they maybe where they were heading?
Their plans.
Well, they said the same thing. They were heading to Saderkrupp, the headquarters over there in Germany. But I'll tell you one thing: if it means getting you out of my sight, hell, you can chase them all over. You talk to my brother. He just moved out there. He joined the Deutschland policing military. Yeah, Hermes Carmyle.
You sound like you just remembered his name.
No, I didn't.
You're
Hermes
saying-
Carlisle.
Hermes Carlisle. Hermes
It's written right here. I got it written down.
All right, chill out. Is he over there? He's over in Germany.
That's right.
And he'll
I'll
hook
tell
us
you
up,
what.
eh?
I'll tell you what.
Tell me, Brixie, do you have any hints about how we might get on a plane kind of undetected, like on the down low?
Undetected. Well, I don't really know if you could get on a plane undetected, but wow. No.
That's fine. I just
don't.
thought because you're like in law enforcement, maybe you know, like there's like a plane door that no one knows about but cops, and we can like use it. That's fine. I just
Plane door?
I don't
Private plane
I don't
leaving
know
a private.
anything about planes, so
Well,
Brixie goes on to tell you how the cops in the city, they use these they're actually 3-passenger small jet planes. They can't go overseas, but they can certainly take you to certain points, be refueled, and then go further. Might be able to take it to, I don't know,
Online
city,
oil
different-
facility.
Yeah, something like that maybe.
Wow.
They're the same. They're the same pieces of what's the fucking vehicles?
Yes.
Same vehicles that you see flying around. Same ones in the opening credits.
Right.
They've
Okay.
got these like. Yeah. Anyways.
Is there not a route across the Atlantic Ocean that has oil rigs evenly spaced across that you can fill up, kind of like en route in Ontario? Have you ever been to Ontario? The en routes there are fantastic.
Are you
Some of the
asking? Are you
restaurants they
asking
have.
Brixie this?
I'm asking this. Yes, in northern United States, near the
The
Near
United
Lake
States
Ontario.
is no longer.
Oh, well, near the
You
old...
mean the United Canadian and American States?
That's right, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Up
Well,
north there, on routes. They're basically driving points for old-fashioned cars, like we have, that you drive about 400 kilometers, is what they call it, and you can fuel up your car there. They have something like that across the Atlantic, do they not? Smaller vehicles?
yeah, they do actually.
They call it
do.
rig hopping.
That's right. No, that's an illegal act. So
Why?
we suggest it, but
Oh.
it's true. You can.
Alright.
You can do rig hopping, and for enough cash, these rigs they'll put you up for a night even. But you didn't hear that from me. Or
Maybe
else.
it's something that we consider.
Absolutely. Listen, Brixie, did Coy give you his number or any way to contact him?
Coy Leone?
Yeah.
Fuck no. I told that motherfucker to get out of my sight faster than I could strangle him.
Right,
But
right.
of course I couldn't
Very
strangle him because I was around my colleagues.
Right. All right. So we
But
got
I think-
Coy, Henry, and Freddie on us, or at least looking for the same thing.
Did they give you any hint as to what kind of plan they had, whether they had any kind of point of entry or...
If those three have a plan, I'd be very surprised.
All right. So
I was
know what
looking
we're
for
doing.
some sort of smart-ass remark, but I would just be very surprised.
We're
if they
looking
had a
for,
plan.
you know what this is all about then. There's no sense playing Coy and different kind of Coy. But is there any sort of news you heard on this behind the streets about this prototype? You seem to laugh about it. Think it's a wild goose chase.
Well, a new weapon? Oh, what are they going to come out with next? The only thing I heard about is this inventor, this engineer.
Randall Codswallow.
Codswallow, that's his name. All I know is that he's a crazy eccentric person. And I don't know. When you have a dragon as dangerous as Lothwar, and you have a crazy person like Codswallow teaming up, who knows what you can come up with. But personally speaking, I like to put my money on things that are certain. And I think this is all just a bunch of, well, Codswallow, to be honest with you.
Is there anything you know about him as a person? Anything that we could maybe use to get close to him? Maybe
Codswallow?
yeah, gambling debts, maybe a pension for something illicit.
No idea. But you might want to talk to my brother Hermes. He's pretty up and up on things like that.
And he's up in
a
Germany
little
or he's
bit-
in Prague?
He's in Germany. He's part of the Deutschland police military.
All right. Do you know where we can get in contact with him when we get there?
I'll tell him that you're looking for him, and maybe you can tell me where you're going to meet him, and I'll tell him to keep an eye out for you.
We'll steal a car really quick, and then the police will come, and then it'll be him, maybe.
Oh, well, that's one idea. I'll tell you, Ash, you got a smart group here with you.
Yeah, well, smart. That's interesting.
I like your style, kid. That's pretty actually swift.
Thanks.
Not that I would
Out of all the
necessarily
cops
suggest it,
in
but
Germany that he's the one that pulls us over.
What are the odds? All right. Well, if there's anything else, I don't know. I haven't thought of anything. Ash, is that all the questions you have?
oh, I was telling you about our police helicopters. Well, not helicopters. You know what I'm talking about. Our police vehicles. Now, I do have something for you, Ash. It's kind of a piece of shit, but there is one that got hit with a rocket last week, and so it's kind of out of commission. But I was talking to Pino. Remember Pino?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to speak with him right after this.
Oh, are you? Well, you won't find him where you found him last time.
Oh.
He's in a different shop. I can give you the directions
Please.
for a price.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, come on, Ash. I'm helping you out here.
Brixie,
I'll
I'll
tell you
cover your
what.
meal, and that's about it. But so far, you've wasted 30 minutes of our time, and you've basically told me
You know
fuck
what?
all.
You can take that and shove it up your ass, Ash. Fuck you. You know what? This is the last time I help you. I should have known not to trust you.
Brixie, take
fucker.
it down 10 notches, all right?
No.
Listen.
And he starts to walk away.
Hold on.
Get your fucking
I'll give you money.
Hold
Here.
on.
Here,
I got,
here.
hold on. I got negotiation. I have a
Brixie,
skill.
Charlie has a lot of money.
I know.
I have
but let's
lots
not.
of money.
Just wait.
Very much.
I'd gladly give him money. The
But I
information is
literally
very
have a
helpful.
negotiation skill.
Really?
This guy knows what he's talking about.
So rich.
Okay, fine.
We'd be eating pancakes if it weren't for him.
Go pay for it. Go ahead.
All right. Yes,
I was like,
I
fine,
don't know why I
Brixie,
sounded
fuck. Jesus Christ, and I'll walk away.
Rixie, how much would it? 5,000? 10,000. Why not? Well, you seem like a nice lad. Go by yourself.
Instead, why don't we try negotiating the price?
That's a good idea.
That's what I was going to do.
5,000?
Oh, is it, Harlan? Is it?
I said I'd pay for his meal. That's negotiating. He goes, that's not enough. I want more. And I say, no.
10,000?
All
I won't go any lower. You are accepting this.
Jesus fucking Christ, Charlie.
Charlie, what's your negotiation skills?
What's your negotiation, Charlie?
Probably very poor. to be
Oh,
honest.
Charlie,
I've been wanting to do that all
you
game.
bit my finger.
I once bit my brother's finger. There's a video that became
It
viral.
really hurt.
Apparently, it really hurt.
Stupid.
That's why I have a British accent.
All right.
Charlie?
Well,
Origins.
why don't we play it like this?
Charlie,
Why don't, again, using some rolling. Harlan, I feel bad. Maybe I should have let you negotiate.
You don't have to feel bad. I
But
just
you,
wanted
but you
to
didn't
use-
bring it up.
I bring it up as fast as I literally could.
after you
He's like,
pissed
fuck
him
this,
off.
I'm out of here. Fuck this. He's walking away. Fuck this.
Well, you're like, I'm not paying you.
I
I've already
said,
given you
literally
enough
said
to
I
pay
would
for
pay
his
for
coffee.
dinner. I said I'd pay for his meal.
Okay.
Okay, so I have negotiation.
Do this. You, Charlie, I want to get you
Rewind.
rolling. So I want you to roll for etiquette to try and bring him back. Okay, to bring him back down. So you're gonna roll your etiquette and charisma,
Okay.
and I'm gonna roll it against.
Charlie. 3 plus 2 is 5. All right. I got two hits,
Okay.
which is pretty good. Shadow Master.
Okay. So you are able to bring him back.
All right. Yeah, your buddy Charlie here sure knows what I'm talking about. Now, I want 10,000 Nuyen, and I'll tell you where you can find Pino, and you can deal with Pino about buying this beat up vehicle from him, because then you can hop across the pond and get to your little pretty.
And as he's talking, I turn to Kevin. I'm kind of like, can you quickly just check the Matrix, see if you can find Pino? And I turn back to Brixie. I'm like, all right, Brixie. But first, I want to clear some air. And I go on a long, drawn-out tirade to distract him while Kevin tries to find Pino on the net so I can tell this guy to fuck himself.
Smart. Okay.
Because he's pissed me off.
Kevin, what are you gonna do?
I'm
Data
gonna-
search?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my 10 like I did before because you said I could do it. One,
Yeah,
two,
nice.
3, 4, 5. I got 5. It's a great roll.
Wow.
Okay. Now I have to use that with this table. Some of the things I really like about Shadowrun is that they have these tables, which it leaves the guessing out of it. So in one sense, it's really good because it takes a lot of the guessing out. But then in the other sense, you're kind of asking yourself, how the fuck do I even roll some of this shit? So there's a lot of guesswork. What did you roll?
5.
You rolled 5.
5
Use.
successes.
I'm a hacker.
I mean, if this guy's a mechanic, he has to have a way to find him, because then he's the worst fucking mechanic in the world. Because what happens if you need him, and you're just like, I could really use a cheap mechanic right now, or an expensive one, but I don't know where he is.
Unless he was hired by one of the major corporations, in which case they'd want to keep him on the down low.
Pino owns old police equipment. I guarantee he's not of the up and up. Not to mention we fucking know him.
That's right. So with that being said, is he really going to be like in the yellow pages?
No, but he's the best of the best.
Just so you can see what I'm talking about here. So you rolled 5,
Mm-hmm.
but the threshold is 6 for even just general knowledge or public knowledge.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy. How the fuck would you get
I know.
24?
Now, because you can add and add and add. But that's also for...
So
Am I
Explain-
still on it, or you can
Searching?
see me now?
Yeah.
Hidden or actively hunted.
how do I use edge? If I
trying to
was to
take this
say, I think I should know this. Let me expend an edge. What does that allow me to do?
You have to use edge before you roll.
Ah.
But it does. Edge works like this, and I'll explain it real briefly. Edge rolls, it adds a dice to the dice pool, and any 6s that you hit with that edge, so assuming the last die, are going to be re-rolled.
Why can't we see you?
I know. I was gonna say you can't see you
What?
right now.
I was wondering about that.
You disappeared.
I can't see you guys either.
Which means we found Pinot Noir,
You know why?
Grigio,
Cabernet Sauvignon.
You guys don't know that
Champagne.
from friggin' Kimmy Schmidt.
I don't know, but I love that.
Her friend Titus does like a whole thing about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's about like black penis.
I can't hear you now, Alex.
No,
Pinot
sorry.
Noir. Oh yeah.
You know what that means? That means it's time for the mid-game post. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the mid-game post. It's time we stop the action. We jump over to the Facebook group and we ask y'all a question. We're gonna ask a little question to you and see if you've been paying attention.
I guess
And
we get to invent the question.
I guess Justin gets to invent a question. So Justin, you be thinking about that while I prattle on for another 2 seconds.
All right.
The answers that are correct will be entered into a pool. We'll roll a die, and if you win that die roll from that pool, you will get an experience point. So the question is,
Which
Can you see
Wait,
me?
Canadian province? Oh, there's Alex.
Ah, okay, good. You can see
I like
and hear
Joe's
me?
question better than probably what you're going to say.
Can you hear me?
What was Joe's question?
It's in the chat.
I typed it in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Oh,
We're just
we're at
ignoring
the
you, I
mid-game.
guess.
Well, when nobody answers, I'm
Sorry.
like, can you hear me?
We're doing the mid-game post, Alex.
Okay, did you already pick a question?
We do unless you have one already planned.
Well, what's the question that you asked? Did you-
Mine was, well, hold on, I'm just going to copy and paste it.
I was doing the same thing.
Well, too bad, because I did it first, because I'm happy.
Perfect. I love it. Let's
Great.
go with that.
All right, so the question for the mid-game post is, what are the names of the 3 other Shadowrunners? I think maybe we'd accept first names, but full names are best.
I wrote down the full.
I wrote down the
Shadowrunners.
full names too.
We're
So the
doing
question,
all
the guy.
the question
Give
is posted down on the
trouble.
Facebook group, so you can check it out there and answer correctly below it, and you will be entered in for a chance to win. Now you can sing.
Hooked on a feeling.
Wanna know the 3 names of the other Shadowrunners?
Oh, they're doing the Burt Bacharach.
I'm high and
I know, I
believing, ba
decided
ba
to-
da ba, the love with me.
Yeah.
Ooga chaka, ooga ooga.
Alrighty.
Ah,
Baby dancing.
hooked on
You guys
a
enjoying this okay so far?
feeling.
Yeah.
Going too slowly?
Fuck yeah.
Someone's
love
been
this
brushing up on his Shadowrun rules.
I have been. I've been trying.
What the fuck? I love it.
Aw.
So yeah, that's that. It's Wednesday. This has been good week so far.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you sing?
Yeah.
The new Avengers Infinity Wars trailer came out today. Which
What?
Is fucking cool.
Does it
What's
look
that?
cool?
Was
That's
it cool?
The one
I still haven't
where
seen Justice League.
all of them are coming together.
Who's excited for the next Star Wars?
That's
Yes,
gonna be fucking
Star
cool.
Wars,
Me.
yes.
Me.
But that one I'm
Really?
less like interested in seeing the trailer because I kind of don't want to know anything about.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't seen the trailer at all. Have you?
Yeah,
You
I
guys
did.
are all about the comic book movies?
I have seen it.
All about them.
I like them. I
I
think
enjoy
they're
them very
fun.
much,
They're
yeah.
like that's the only real reason that I go to the theaters these days is to watch those because they are fun in the theaters.
Absolutely, they're fucking awesome. The thing is with the comic book movies, it's like we're in such an awesome time because like people who grew up reading those comic books, and I was not one of them, would have dreamed, like, oh my god, could you imagine if one day this got to be on the screen with a full
It'll
budget
never
and
happen.
cast and stuff. But like the fact that these characters in like the weirdest, like a raccoon fucking character that you would have read in a comic book as a kid got to make it now to like a blockbuster fucking movie is really cool. And I'm not a fan, but if I was a fan of the comic books, I would be so excited that these things are now coming to.
My argument is that we are seeing so many of the same stories reappear over and over again in the cinema. Like the Spider-Man trilogy has been made how many times in the past 20 years?
Spider-Man has been rebooted
Three times.
Twice.
So I mean,
yeah, twice.
Well,
but they're still telling new stories.
3 things, right?
Well, the first one was Tobey Maguire, and that was a series of 3.
Yeah.
And then they did a series of 2 with that guy I didn't like, and now they're rebooting it. So
it's 3 times.
Well, rebooting twice, 3 series.
But you know what? It kind of makes sense because if you read the comic books, because if you read the comic books, they're all redone again by different artists.
My argument is that I feel like we deserve new stories as consumers.
But there are
like,
new stories.
Absolutely.
Oh, I know there are like extant stories that are not Spider-Man, but like, damn, if I would rather go and see just about anything else.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I know about that Spider-Boy.
Yeah, but have you watched all the Spider-Man movies or any of them?
I've watched the first ones, and that's all I needed to see.
See, but right then and there, because then if like you might watch the other ones and you might be like, oh, actually these aren't so bad.
Honestly, it's just that they're so not inclusive of like women or minorities. It's like I don't see myself in that comic, and they totally fail the Bechdel test.
Now that's fair. If that's a reason that you don't have interest in seeing it, I think that's
absolutely
fair.
And I think that it's so redundant because like not only is it like a story about young white dudes, but then they're like, let's do it like lots more times. and like, that's all the comic book movies are.
And that's fair. And if you are, as a viewer, if that's something that you don't connect with and you don't feel like interests you, then that's totally fair. But I wouldn't necessarily go with the argument of saying that they should have new stories and things like that, because I don't think they've been told properly yet. I think like this series of comic book movies that they're doing.
So let's tell them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And now, if in another 20 years they do this exact same arc again where they include all these characters, then yeah, I'd be like, this is fucking whatever. But if you were a fan of those comic books, I would be like,
I don't know. My point is that there aren't a lot of comic books that are inclusive in the way that like media is so all about catering to one very specific.
True, but then again,
you know what?
When these comic books were created, it was as a different time. I mean, there's
but now we're like, let's hammer it home, like
right. But as the comic book series continues, I mean, these comic books that were created in the 50s have expanded to nowadays, right? And now they're making the movies starting from when those comic books started. So as they catch up, like already they have Black Panther coming out, Supergirl, and they have that other one, not Wonder Woman, but the other.
I still don't think Wonder Woman passed the Bechdel test.
I haven't actually seen it.
Can I just say something in general? Going back to what you were saying.
That's where they have conversations not about a man and 2 women, right? Or something like that?
And the women have to have names.
Yeah, and they can't be having So yeah, 2 women have to be named, and they can't be having a conversation about a man. And it's for a certain amount of time or something like that?
Sorry, what were you saying, Alex?
No, it was just about how you're kind of annoyed about them redoing Spider-Man movies and how you're kind of sick of that.
It's like iconic of the problem that is most prevalent in the entertainment industry these days, which is that stories are being made for a very specific demographic, and everyone else is being excluded, and they're being redone and redone and redone.
That's
instead of
is like there's nothing new.
Not that they're not good
fucking story.
Yeah, not that they're not good stories, but like there are so many other stories that we could tell, and we are in the business of doing that. Like the Invictus stream is inventing stories all the time. Can we make some more stories, please?
It really started to piss me off when Total Recall came out with a remake back in, I don't know, 2007, I guess. I don't know. Like that was one of the ones that was like ago. It wasn't, but it was one of the, I feel like it was one of those ones that was like, why are they remaking an already made like not even a book. It's like a movie that they're just redoing, not even like with no change to anything.
Additional, yeah. It's because of money, right?
Good.
But I just feel like
Money, exactly, which is a big
creators should be more beholden to
creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
And less
Like,
about,
that's
oh, let's make some money off this.
my rant. And I know that, like, obviously cinema is like hugely expensive to create, and like of course money has to be a factor within all of that, but let's do a better job.
Money has to be a
And that
factor,
would be
but it's
my-
not.
That would be my only like argument against it, in the sense that, like, I don't think necessarily movies are being passed over that do suit you so much as they're just not the ones that are being advertised and things like that. And in that vein, I agree, because these ones are being marketed and
That's an
things like that.
interesting thing for you to say.
What? What interesting thing?
That movies that would suit me are not being passed over.
Yeah, I don't think these movies aren't being created, because there's a lot of great movies that are being
They're just
created.
B
still.
movies.
You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't think they're being like, well, we can make Infinity War, or we can make a story that you would like. In this case, they're just advertising the Infinity War a little bit more.
And I think that you're making that assertion without any actual data.
But well, I could say the same the other way too, though, because it's other than the
What?
advertising. What?
Mm-mm.
But movies. What was the last good movie that you saw that you really enjoyed? That's like a newer movie.
Let's not go there.
With a good movie that you've seen recently? This is for a conversation that we're going to live stream and have a deep-seated movie conversation about all this kind of stuff.
And so that being said, let's just take a look back at the Facebook group and what's happening there.
Woo!
So far, Megan Dawn has answered correctly. I'm going to give it to Michael Carr Weber, sorry. I'm going to give it to Michael Carr Weber because I did kind of Coy and Corey sounds very close. Godpool is correct as well.
She didn't say Corey. She said Coy.
Michael?
No, Michael
No,
said
Megan.
Corey Henry Fweddy, but then he wrote Fweddy with a W. But maybe you said it that way. I don't know.
Well, I think he might be just being funny, but
I think Dawn got it first, and she didn't say Corey. It's Coy, but it's spelled
is
C-O-I.
I thought it is
Doesn't
Coy. I thought the name was Coy.
Yeah, I spell it
Coy.
K-O-I.
Oh.
that's how I spelt it. But it doesn't
But-
matter. We're not worried about spelling because I didn't spell it for you guys on screen. I'm not
Is it
going to.
Coy or Corey?
It's Coy, K-O-I.
That's what I
Oh.
thought. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm going to give it to Michael as well. Not give it to him, but I'm going to allow him
Oh,
that.
Include
I
him in
see
the
what you
role.
mean.
Yeah,
I'm going to include him in the role. Yeah, because we roll for these.
Cool.
Dustin, no, it's not Larry Curly or Mo.
Megan,
It's not
Michael,
Kenny
and
Neal.
Godpool, right?
Yeah. It's just a
Although-
1.6.
Does anybody get that?
What?
Getty, Neil, and Alex?
Huh?
No.
Pert?
Yeah.
Oh, like is that Rush?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
you gonna roll when you say so, you
You roll. And da-da-da-down, da-da-da-da-down.
How about you? 6. That's a 3. That goes to God Poo.
Way to go, Godpool.
Well done, God Pool, for being listeny and listening to the names that Alex spited off.
I didn't. Those were well thought out.
Sorry, read off from his piece of paper.
Yes.
All right, Justin's not back yet, but he said we could start with him. Should we? Should we?
I have to go to the bathroom, so give me
And
a
we
second.
shall wait.
We shall wait. And then while we're waiting, we shall
See Alex's long hair.
da 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 dun 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 dun.
Hey, we can do something more than just clap and listen to you going da 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 for 5 minutes.
I think that would work.
Established characters, man. I don't know what that means. He means on the post. So yeah, let's get into Shadowrun and how it actually is going to end. Besides with all of our bloodbaths.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, let's bring it back to Shadowrun. I'm just talking with David Johns
Are we still playing?
on the Discord, and he says that when they played, they would do hacking as an extended test. So what he means by that, a lot of these the tests that you're doing in Shadowrun, they are either let me just get to where that is. You've got different tests you can make, whether it be your I'm just trying to find that spot, whether it be your opposed test, which is you rolling against me, a threshold test, which is you rolling against the threshold. There's also extended tests which go on for a number of rounds. So, Joe might be hacking for the next number of rounds, and she's going to make a number of extended tests. Now, I haven't read up on extended tests, but I'm just giving you kind of an idea of what
because you have like a life. It's a big book.
It is,
and it's a super confusing one.
Yeah, it is, because
besides, I love the world, but I don't know how much I love the system.
It's a pretty intense system. I mean, I kind of like. I think I could see it working after we play it maybe a few more times and we're getting like better at it. But I think for any system, whether it be Shadowrun or D&D, everybody's kind of got to have a little bit of understanding so that the actual story rolls along better. You can't have it where like I'm the only one that knows the rules, so I'm like tugging along here reading while we're playing.
We're trying our best too, but I mean, it's just huge.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it even says in the Shadowrun book, like, don't get too caught up in the details if it's going to take away from your story.
Yeah.
Like,
I think most systems are like that, in that there's a clause in there that say like, don't, unless you're doing like tournament play or something, don't let the rules bog you down. This is more about RPGs, being at a table and telling a story together.
The one thing I do like about Shadowrun is these different parallel universes. I mean, you talk about, first of all, on Earth in the physical form, right? Then you've got parallel universe 1, which is the astral form. You're on an astral plane. As a magician, you leave your body and you then sense other people's astral forms. And this is a whole universe. You can be all-encompassing within the universe of the astral plane and fight and kill within the astral plane, just not a physical body. Maybe. On the other hand, there's the Matrix, which you can become a technomancer. And then the technomancer is like an extreme hacker where you're all enveloping in, like Neo. You are Neo, where you are,
Can I make an argument about this system, though? Like, it's, to me, the nature of it is a little bit screwy, because by virtue of the fact that all of our players necessarily inhabit the material plane, if I'm playing D&D, like IRL, real space, meat space, we can all play together in meat space.
Right.
But I'm the only person who can really play in the astral plane and in the Matrix. By asking you to go there with me and to explore those facets of my character, I'm necessarily excluding Justin and Harlan from whatever scene I might be doing. And even though that could give us some interesting role-playing experiences, I feel like it's necessarily being exclusionary. Like, they can't come with me there. They can't play in that space.
That's a fair question. But I will also say this. Are there not times in even D&D where you go off in search of something while the other two are in search of something else, and then you come back?
They say don't split the party mostly because you probably die. But also because, and I know this from now playing a lot of D&D with strangers who are more prone, I think, to splitting up because they're not friends, they don't work together normally in their lives, that you have to like make a very concerted effort to spend an appropriate percentage of time with each faction that's gone off on their own. Right. I don't know if it makes for good entertainment, though.
I agree with you to an extent. But also think about this. If we're going down a hall and you've got 3 people walking down a hall, one person of those 3 people, right, decides that they're going to walk to the end of the hall in the astral plane, right? At the end of the day, you might be doing that. You might be saying, hey, we're going to walk in the physical world. You walk in the astral plane and keep an eye for any astral beings that might be harmful, right? Or vice versa. You might be like, I'm hacking in. You then get sucked right into the computer, into the digits, and you end up on the other side of the door. Right?
Fair, yeah.
Like there's different ways you can use it. And I get where you're coming from.
I guess I'm imagining like an extended cut scene where it would just be featuring Kevin, which to me seems a little bit boring for everyone
Agreed.
else. Yeah.
Agreed. I hear you, and that's why you never split
Not
the
if it's
party.
Kevin. Kevin's the best. I'd like hang up
Cut
by himself for
scene.
a whole game, and I'd be fine with it.
Kevin, he's stuck in his house, and his parents have left on vacation.
Mama Mucho
it's
left it all
Christmas
by himself.
time.
$20 for a pizza.
Imagine you doing that. You're role playing, and you're like, no, my character's just staying home. You know, but we want to go on an adventure.
Yeah,
Well,
and then
Also,
What I would be more inclined to
Yeah,
or interested to
goals.
see is how a GM would actually roll with that. I think most GMs would
Yeah.
be like, don't be a jerk, come with us. I would really love an enthusiastic GM that'd be like, okay, all right, let's do this. And they like completely make them feel still as included and like make it just as important to the game.
The rule for me is like if I'm sitting down with 5 people at the table and one person wants to fuck off and do their own thing, I'm spending 1/5 of the time with you. So for every 10 minutes of gameplay, you get 2 minutes of time with a GM, which is its own penalty, really, because you don't actually get to play that much.
do you set a
No.
time? Like, do you like think consciously about this, or is it like
When I'm doing, so I've been playing a
Ballpark.
lot of Adventurers League, and DMing a lot of Adventurers League, especially. You have to be super conscious of the time limit. Like at the beginning of a module, we'll say this is a 1-hour game, and when you're sitting down at a table with people at a convention, you get kicked out of the table after an hour. So you have to
Really?
be very like conscientious of that. You kind of have to push people along.
hmm.
yeah. Huh.
And on that note,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we're like
We're
the same way, except way less important.
standing in an alleyway are
Right, Shadowrun.
Ash, Charlie, and Kevin, and Brixie Carlisle in his trench coat. And now Brixie's saying, all right, look, Ash,
I get it. You don't want to pay for this information. But I'm telling you, Pino is working for me on the side. He can't be found. You're going to be paying for the information anyways. So why don't we just say 10,000 Nuyen and call it even? Plus, you fucking owe me from last time anyways.
Well, you fucking owe me, but for the sake of expediency, pay the man, Charlie. And I walk away. 'Cause you already
Alright.
offered.
Thank you very much for the information. Wink, wink. I transfer over 10,000 Nuyen.
yeah, and in Brixie reaches into his pocket and pulls out something like you compare it to a key fob for a vehicle nowadays, and he points it at Kevin and says,
I assume you're the tech one.
and he bleeps it, right? It says, you hear a little, and that's the information transferring to your comm link about where you can find Pino.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
And
I mean,
by the
ultimate-
way, I don't think you're a bad cop. I was just trying to seem cool in front of my friends.
That's okay, kiddo.
And then he turns around and walks back into Devon, Hampshire's. What was the name of that place?
Yep.
No Doubt Hampshires.
No doubt, Hampshires.
Was that the name of the cafe?
Yeah.
That's the name of the cafe, the
Very
diner.
good. Very good.
No doubt.
And you hear him just after the bell rings and before the door shuts, he says to the short elf girl,
Make sure that coffee spoon is sticking straight up. Click.
Well, it wasn't a complete loss. I got some pancakes.
Yeah, you paid 10,000 to eat for him.
Is that a lot of money?
I don't know.
I mean, I
I
like
use
it's
Canadian.
a lot for me, but I grew up in the slums, so
I think this was actually the first time I looked at my bank account since I left my wealthy parents.
it's cool to like be rolling with high rollers, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so I know what's the guy's name?
Pinot.
Pino.
Pino.
Pino. And I know where Pino's at, so Ash, you want to drive?
Yeah, all right. Unless you want me to teach you. You sit on my lap, Kevin. I could kind of give you one of those.
No, thanks. That would be weird. And he gives you like a side eye.
My favorite Arrested Development scene where he's like, "Are you too old to sit on your dad's lap?" And he's like, "I think I'm a bit too old." And George Michael's like 15. He's like sitting on his lap and getting pulled over. Yeah, I'll drive.
and just so you guys are aware, a 10,000 new yen would be like $1,000 today.
That's
Okay.
still a lot.
Still a lot, but you know, it's a good bribe, and it's a good,
Really good bribe.
Good
Yeah.
to know.
yeah.
All right, I got
So
7 more.
that's
of
like
those.
that 20 billion new yen is more like $2 billion, which is still a fuck ton of money for you guys.
Yeah,
Which means you're each going to walk away with 40 million
it's a lot for Kevin's family. That's
dollars and 400 billion or 400 million
400
new
mil.
yen.
All right,
Anyways.
so I get in the car and I drive to the location of Pinot.
So you pull up to this lot, and it's got a gate, and it says police impound. But then you look at your comlink, Kevin, and you realize that it's not really in the impound. It's almost like around back. So you kind of follow, you take your gut instinct and you follow the fence, and it leads to basically a junkyard where they get rid of all the scrap vehicles. Right? And as you drive into the scrapyard, there's no gate, there's nothing. But then you do see in the back corner some sparks flying. Okay. Whoa, what was that, Charlie? Sinking there?
Sorry, trying to figure out my chair.
um,
Oh, you just there's a lever right there. You can
yes.
recline. Yeah.
It's one of those
Pull the
automatic
lever.
chairs. Pull the lever up.
Wrong lever!
you see sparks flying, and sure enough, you round a corner of a big pile of garbage, and there's who you assume is Pinot. Have you ever met Pinot, you think?
Is he a dwarf?
Not
Based on
Kev.
our conversations? Yes, he is a dwarf, actually.
Then let's. You knew Devin. I'll say I know Pinot. Oh no, but I knew Brixie. Kevin, you sure you don't want to know Pinot?
You're the one who knows about
I
cars.
feel like you know Pinot.
Yeah, all right. Maybe I met Pino when I was on a field trip.
That sounds good.
Field trip.
A trip
And this
in
is the
field.
police impound. Come on in,
So-
kids.
You walk in, and Pinot, this short dwarf guy, who's actually quite handsome for a dwarf and very well cut together. He's got slicked back, greasy hair, but it's like slicked right back, and he's clean shaven. He flips up his welder's mask, and you can see he's actually working on this machine that Brixie described to you, one of these police flight vehicles. I'm really having a difficult time describing this vehicle.
Is it like, can we call it a sky cruiser?
Guys, I'm really having a tough
Perfect.
time.
He's working on this sky cruiser, police sky cruiser, okay? And as you round the corner in your beat up
Chevy.
he flips up his visor, and he stands up, and he puts down his welder, and he walks up to you, and he says,
Hey, is that a Chevy? No way, it's a 2017 model. This is a 300. These things are classic.
What's up,
My
Pino?
God.
And Kevin just stands up in the passenger seat. Hey, buddy, what's up?
Kevin! Wow, it's been a long time, buddy.
and he reaches up a hand and helps you out of the cab.
Kevin bangs his shin again. Motherfucker.
Oh, you're growing up to be quite the young man, Kevin.
Yeah.
Where have you
well,
been? I haven't seen you in ages.
And he's like, short and stocky, and
Yeah.
next to even you, he's like 3 feet tall, and next to Ash, Ash is set like almost closer to 7 feet.
Hey,
tall.
little guy.
well, I mean, I don't want to say too much about where I've been. You know how business is.
Oh, I know. Don't
We,
you
uh,
worry.
we got an interesting lead actually on this cruiser that you're looking at right now.
Yes, that's right, actually. Brixie called me and told me you guys would be
Coming along, and he's kind of eyeing Ash. Ash, you all know that the metahumans are fairly sensitive to the names that people call them. I mean, after all, elves, dwarves, orcs, and
course.
trolls have they were at one point human, but have been basically mutated through birth. So he was always a dwarf, but people are sensitive about, you know, basically what you said when you said little guy. It's almost like saying a racist thing.
I know.
Just so you know.
I know. I'm torn between excited to use these racist words that I'd never get to use in any other game, and I just want to say them, and then actually playing a non-terrible character, which I want to be.
Right.
It's like the first game we all prattled off all of the racial slurs we could, and like as soon as we could. You called me a fucking Keebler elf like 3 times.
Listen, Pino. What's the state of this thing?
Well, I'll be honest with you. It's pretty rough. I can't get the weaponry back online, and I've been tackling at this for the last week. You know what? The police have basically put it into the scrapyard here, and that's why I'm working on it here. But
does she fly?
Oh, does she fly? Actually, she does fly, and I've even made some modifications. So she's got an even longer air time, and she flies slightly faster than the cop. Don't say anything, but she does fly faster than the local cop.
Nah, you know
Cruisers.
me, buddy. You know me. Listen, I saw you eyeing up this Chevy. What do you
Well,
think? Can we do a trade?
If you're talking about trading this Chevy for this beat up cruiser, you can't be serious. You're out of your mind.
No, of
I don't
course. Listen, this is worth a lot more than that stupid cruiser.
Excuse me, Ash, this cruiser is a very special piece of metal.
Listen, this Chevy's got sentimental value. You gotta understand.
Yeah, but it's a classic as well. It's old. It's been around for 70 years or so. It's still driving.
That's what I'm saying. I put a lot of custom work into this baby.
That's right.
Is this your car? I don't think this is your car, Ash.
It's got it feels like my car.
I think we just found it outside. Is that not what happened?
Well, it's his car now. He found it.
Listen, Pino.
Well, I'm not answering that because you guys have been locked up, but it was at his shop, so.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it was like under. I figured it was like under a big sheet, you know. And I'll
No
pull it
way,
off
dude.
covered in dust.
Nope.
These-
It was
now-
narrated as found on the street outside.
No, it was in the bay. It was in the bay.
You
of the-
almost had
of
to
the shop.
roll to be able to drive it.
Well, that's if it would stir it up. But you have to remember that most of the vehicles these days are handprint, are fingerprint activated. So
I can break into that. It's fine.
exactly, you can. But I'm gonna say it was Ashes. It was
Okay,
Ashes
cool.
from before.
Okay, cool.
So Pino says,
Oh, pop the hood, will you, sonny?
and that's kind of a jab at you,
Mm.
Ash.
I'm
What
like,
did he call you?
take it easy there. I'm older than you by about 6 times over. And I walk over to the car and I'm sort of like, and I pop the hood, nervous because I don't want to
And
lose my baby.
He lifts it up.
He like hops on like
I was just going to
The
say he
car,
pulled
like-
over a stool.
he hops on the front bumper to like get in there.
Yeah. And he gets inside of the hood. And he's like digging around. He's like, and he pops his head up from behind. He says,
It's like a car Yoda.
is this? Yeah, exactly. Is this one of those bramblers? And he starts knocking away at it.
Yes, it brambles when it's decelerating.
Yeah, I thought so. Do me a favor there. Would you say your friend's name was Kevin?
Which one?
The
Charlie?
tall, pointier one.
Oh, this is Ash.
Ash.
Name's
Ash.
Ash. Yeah, you want to
Ash
say it one more
Woodborne?
time, or you want me to write it down for you so you don't forget?
It's not Ash Woodborne.
Yeah,
Ash Woodborne. This is your car?
it's my car.
Oh. Start it up for me, would you, Ash?
Oh. And Ash sort of walks over to the side, real coy-like, open up, slam the door, starts it up. It's a blumber.
It is a bumbler. I'll tell you what. And he gets down. Oh, Ash, you own
What's the name of your muffler shop again?
Marvin's Mufflers.
You were owner of Marvin Mufflers, weren't you?
Yeah, I am still.
Yeah, you never ever really gave me any deals on your mufflers, you son of a bitch.
That's not true. Now listen here. You want to start getting angry about it?
No. There's no anger. But I'll tell you what. I'll do a straight up trade. This here bumbler for that there cruiser.
And I looked to Charlie and I looked to Kevin. Guys, can we just take a minute for a second, please?
And the
telephone's
vehicle,
ringing.
vehicle kind of does a hiccup.
Sorry.
Pino can go get it.
And Pino
Hello?
kind of looks at it.
Oh, I didn't press. There we go. Hello.
Oh, that's my shop. 1 second.
And I pull Kevin and I pull Charlie aside.
Hello?
I say, look, guys, what are we talking
Oh,
about? This
yeah.
cruiser here, is this going to get us to Germany? Is this what we're looking at?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Listen, Ash, you know that this car's not going to be on the road for long, even though it's got some sentimental value. This is a good deal, and you fucking know it.
Look, I'm not saying it's not necessarily a good deal. Believe me, I'm not just on the sentimental value about this car, all right? Let's think for a second, though. We're going overseas. We're going over to Germany.
Well, I could do
Right?
for that, yeah.
When we get over there, what are we going to do? We're going to park this thing. We got to keep it safe. We got to figure out how to get it home, right? Not to mention we're going over there illegally. We're not going to be going through customs. Now, there's a bit of a benefit with that. It means we don't need to be tracked. But we got fake implants in right now. If we fly commercial, that means we get to go in above board, land in somewhere else.
Yeah, well, we also have to pay 20,000 yen each.
Which is
fly over.
apparently twice as much as a lot of money. Here's what I'm thinking. We fly out, and maybe we have some connections in Prague, or we stay with that friend Hermes of Buddies. What's his name?
Yeah, I say we do a hop, skip, and a jump across the pond. We stop wherever we need to on an oil rig or whatever the fuck. And then we end up in Prague. We find out where Hermes is at, and then we pay him a visit.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would have a place. I mean, if we're able to befriend him, maybe he'll have a place that we can park our little vehicle and not say a word to the police officers that we're there illegally.
Mm.
It's cheap.
And listen, Ash, we're making a ton of fucking money on this job. If we come out alive, you'll be able to buy your car back.
I'm not worried about the sentimental value anymore, guys. For serious, I'm thinking about the best way to get there and back. Now, this bird flying home, slam dunk. And if right now we get it transported to Germany and fly commercial there, that would be my preferred, because we could take this as basically an escape vehicle, not have to wait for any planes. But flying it over parking runs the risk of people seeing us, runs the risk of, you know, having somebody there looking. This fucking Pino is still typing away at the computer.
So amazing.
He's just miming the entire thing. No
Super
one can see it.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you, I'll do it. Now listen here. I
I'm just
will
saying,
repair it.
I'm just
It's gonna
saying,
cost.
We're flying over there. We got to find a place to park it. We got to find a landing pad and all that kind of stuff. It just puts a bit of a target on our back. That's all.
No. We just find some fucking dark cove, one of those polluted ones, a dark beach somewhere, you know.
I'll tell you what. Let me deal with the. I got some clients here. Let me deal with them, and I'll call you right back. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. If you guys think this is the best, I can trade it up.
Listen.
I'm
Sorry. I sorry to interrupt you guys. I gotta call this guy back. It's the chief of police. He's expecting me to do some work around the shop. Listen,
Pino.
I'll do the trade straight up. I'll even throw some extra gas in. Should take you to if you're flying, I guess you could fly probably South America. You know, it'd probably take you that distance.
Pino, you gotta promise us you're not gonna mention shit about us ever having been here. You know the rules.
I'll tell you what, we do this trade. Make sure you change over the fingerprints. I'll put my hand on there, and we'll call it even.
We disappear.
You take it now. You take
All
it
right.
now, yes?
Ash.
All right. Deal. And I shake his hand.
That's a good deal there, Sonny.
Woo!
Good. So we have a plane now.
Now, before you leave, Ash, come on. Let's put your hand on the transfer dash here. And you know that when you sell a car, you have to put your hand on the dash and type in proper codes, and he puts his hand on the dash, transfers over, and then now it will start up with his handprint. Okay?
All right. I'm not, for the record, I am sincerely not against giving the car up. I just want to make sure we're going over there in the smartest way possible. And I do kind of, I think commercial has a benefit. I don't know why yet. I just feel like there's some unnamed benefit of going over there above board. Like maybe we could have a better cover, you know, being like, oh, we're over here for something else. Whereas if we get arrested in Germany, you know, it's like, how'd you get here? Where's your passports? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it because the GM's going, don't worry about it.
Don't you even have a fake SIM?
I do, but I mean, like, if there's no travel record, again, I'm overthinking over it. Never mind.
Don't worry about it.
I think everything's going to be okay.
And that's why I love you, Charlie. And I put my arm around you as we walk away from my favorite car.
So have you ever flown one of these?
Pino.
Huh?
I said, see ya, Pino.
Oh, sayonara. This is great. He jumps up, just barely able to reach the hood of the car and closes it. Oh, and he leaps in. Now, you know how to fly that thing, yeah?
Barely see above the dashboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us have a piloting aircraft, but we'll figure it out.
Well, you're going to have to because I don't have time to stick around here and teach you, but I'm sure you'll figure it out, as he says as he's backing out. And then you see him take off. And he takes off out of the garage, or out of the junkyard.
Cool. Does anyone have piloting aircraft that we might
fucking better
not
hope so. I figured you guys had that covered. Jesus
fall
Christ.
into the Atlantic Ocean?
Well, maybe that is the problem. You know, nobody knows how to fly this fucking
And
thing.
here I am in the back of my mind being like, there's something wrong with this.
Some benefit to just pay.
I do not. I have ground craft, and that's it.
That's under active skills?
Yes, sir.
For fuck's sake.
No.
Trade back.
Trades back.
Trade backs.
Maybe we can hire a pilot.
Well, that just means another person to cut in on this deal. God damn it. And Ash
No,
kicks a
no,
can.
no. They're not going to get cut in on this deal. Listen, we tell them you got to fly us to fucking...
Wait. No. What about autopilot? That's a thing, is it not?
Right.
That's totally
These cruisers got autopilots all the time because realistically the police don't.
GM?
Yeah, GM, they got autopilot.
What's
don't
that?
If you were able to hack into the computer system, these things are all electronically activated, are they not?
That's
You
good
would be
thinking.
able to fly it remotely, possibly through the Matrix even.
I can hack the shit out of this plane. And
Not
it's
that I
not
know
a
anything
plane,
about the
but it's a
Matrix.
sky cruiser for sure. You all know about the Matrix. You're just playing dumb because you want me to do all the work for you, which
You're
I
just
understand.
fast, kid, that's
Fine,
all.
I'm a kid. But y'all can stop pretending. I know you guys I've seen both of y'all personal accounts looking for ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, just gentlemen.
I'm just saying, I know y'all know how to use this thing.
Do you have
You're just so
hacking,
much quicker
Kevin?
at it, kid.
Kevin
No hacking.
does not have hacking. I can do data search. I can just do it straight up and down with the attribute. I think I have all of the,
Prereqs.
yeah, but I don't have the actual skill.
Do you guys want me to give you a little bit of a hand?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I just trade my fucking car for something that can't fly.
Why don't you do a simple data search for a use manual? You know, some sort of manual
Hey.
online, as
There you
opposed to
go.
trying.
Okie day.
Well, that's what I
Let me see how
said,
this
but,
should go.
you know.
Is it what you said?
Shut up.
Is the Matrix in this like the Matrix in the movie where you can like
5
upload
Neo.
skills to your brain?
No.
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. Yes and no, but yes it is sort of like that, but you'd have to be like Neo. You know, you can't just.
Right.
That's a good movie. I want to rewatch it.
It is a
I
great
was
movie.
just
I watch
telling-
it like once a year.
Yeah, I got.
I was telling Carmen tonight, she's got to watch it. She's like, I'm not watching that shit.
So good. It's like Plato's the Cave personified.
Okay, so
Boy.
you're gonna roll your 10,
I did. I got 5
5 total,
successes.
5 successes.
Wow.
You know what? I wasn't even using I was gonna use the average skill level, so which is 4. So you did succeed
Ooh,
in
yeah.
finding the manual to operate the aircraft, but
Okay.
that doesn't really help you with understanding the space around you guys. So let's do this. We're gonna have to figure out if you survive the first flight and go from there.
Let's all just fall into the ocean
The
and
ocean.
die.
So
Maybe the week after this coming week will not be Shadowrun after all.
maybe
all gonna die,
I wrote
crash
you
in
guys
the
into a
ocean.
corner.
Burning
Yep.
up in
Did
a
I-
puddle of oil.
Did I write this into a corner? So
I mean,
okay.
you knew that none of us have a piloting
I know.
skill.
I did. Listen.
All part of his master plan.
Okay, hold on. Look, I kind of thought that this would be better flying at home. Here's what I suggest, because none of us
How
have a
do we
fucking
get
pilot
it?
license.
How do we get it to
We
Germany?
hire a pilot to fly it to Germany and land it. That's above board. He doesn't even need to know why. All we need to do is rent a air dock there. It can be all above board.
Why don't we just go with the pilot?
Because
this is what
he
I'm
can
saying.
leave it there. Then we go
Yeah,
take
we can
commercial
leave it
flight
there.
there. Well, the problem is if we're flying there with the thing, he's gonna know why we're there, won't he?
Nope.
If we decide
Okay.
for how many? You said it was only 3-seater anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Does that include pilot?
So you go through the manual and you realize that there is actually a very advanced I mean, these things are flown by cops. Okay. So there's a very advanced autopilot system. Okay. And it's just a matter
Take
of
me
setting
to crime.
it's just a matter about setting it up. And you might have to take over manually, and we'll roll as those come up. We're going to roll manual. Who's going to fly? I would think, Ash, you have at least some
I got
pilot
ground
skills
training,
in
and I think
ground
it's pretty
craft.
much the same.
Yeah. So why don't you guys attempt that? Why don't you set up the autopilot, give the helm to Ash,
All right.
and cross your fingers and hope not to die.
It's the best we can do.
I'm gonna give you an ability as well as a skill. So I'm gonna say not only are you allowed to use groundcraft, but I'm also gonna give you logic. Okay, so that means for any incidental times where you may have to take over, Ash, you're gonna be rolling 6.
Charlie, do you not have any piloting skills?
I know how to use some computer software.
I feel like in terms of story-wise, you being military, you would probably
Okay.
more
I've
so.
been in one. I've had to jump out of one before and not be detected on the radar as I was descending, but not actually flying it. I should.
You know what? And using that, you've got an electronics skill group of 2, which is not only data search but also software and hardware. Added to your logic, gives you almost the same as Harlan.
Oh,
I think this is more your speed, frankly.
really?
Driving this thing, yeah. These doodads keep me all fuzzy and frazzled.
Well, that's not very reassuring for me at all.
That's not really. You think so?
I'll give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Die a terrible death, crashing into the ocean.
Exactly.
Thus escaping prison and being in prison for fucking ever.
You know when the DM says "hope not to die," you know shit's up.
Maybe there'll be a safety protocol. If it dives too quickly, too fast, it just autopilots back up.
Oh, safety protocol.
Oh man, and then cut in instead of Shadowrun next episode we're doing the desert island one again.
Nice.
Look at
The sequel.
So, okay.
Maybe there's an EVA or some sort of parachute that we could apply to our backs. And as we're falling, the parachute will open up.
Yeah, well, we won't be stupid about it. If
caught.
something goes wrong, I don't want to be dying in a plane crash or
With
a
air molecules.
cruiser crash.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Charlie, you're going to roll. You're going to be doing some rolling here. Okay?
All right. How much special moves do I have? Edge.
Edge.
I'd like to use some edge for this because
You have 4 edge. So
Certainly.
you're going to add up to, I think you're going to add up to 4 as far as I know.
Use all of them.
All right. I will use 3 out of 4 for this roll.
But I'm going to say it's 2 different things here we got to do. We got to and based on all your skill sets, I'm going to say Charlie is actually the best for this. A, for setting up the autopilot, and then B, for actually piloting it. We'll say you have to pilot it to get it off the ground. Okay, so you need at least 1 success to get it off the ground.
All right.
So,
and
first
so
of
I'm
all,
rolling my...
What do you want to do first? Do you want to set up the autopilot or set up the...
Might as well do the autopilot first, because then it'll... Once I'm off the ground, I don't have to fiddle around with it.
Yeah. So I'm going to say use your intelligence of 4
Okay.
plus your electronic skill group of 2.
All right. If I'm completely honest, and I know we had a talk about honesty, I'm not overly confident in what I'm doing, but I will try my best.
But you're also going to add edge, right?
So I'm doing 4 plus 2 plus... I'm going to do plus 2 edge, so 8 total.
Let me just double check on edge. Hold on.
Edge.
Can you put your 2 edge as a different color?
Yes. 6. I'll put it as green. Okay. Ready?
Hold on.
Ready?
Hold on.
Not ready.
No.
Not. No.
Spending edge. You choose. Sure. You can spend all your edge if you want.
Shadowrunner.
So how many edge are you using? 2?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's roll away, my friend.
Here we go.
Drum roll.
1, 2 successes.
Okay. And so you're successful in setting up the
The GPS.
autopilot. Yeah. You're successful, but not super successful. You know it's going to Germany. You don't
Travel
know.
vertical in the police parking lot.
Yeah.
Follow air to Germany.
Set to crash into police headquarters.
Okay. And then secondly, to
Self-destruct
pilot.
sequence initiated.
Now to pilot, you can use your... What did I say before? Your logic and... Oh, and your hardware. So 6.
Plus 2
Edge?
edge.
Perfect. So you're using all your edge in this, for this game.
Oh, that's good.
1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4, 5, 6.
Now
Nice.
you're gonna re-roll the 2 edge, and we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus
Okay.
re-roll the 2 edge. Wow, you hit 2 6s on the edge. Okay, so
Fucking
6
hell.
total. Nice. So
So it's already on its way to Germany. We just jump on real quick. You programmed it so well.
okay,
Take it
so
off.
you programmed it well enough that the autopilot is going. You don't have to worry about things like storms. You don't have to worry about the weather over the Atlantic. It's going to at least autopilot you there. Based on your roles for the piloting, everybody gets in and you work it like you've been flying this thing for fucking years.
Are you sure you've never done this before?
Uh-oh, did we lose Justin?
Nah, he's just out of focus.
I think hello?
There he is.
Hello? Can you hear me? Sorry, I was really focused there. Trying to get this thing to fly, but it's fine. It's
okay.
I think it's flying. Are we going east or west? I think
East.
Yes.
Okay, so you get the thing started. That's where we're going. So you guys jump in or what?
Fuck yeah.
I was already in.
I don't even know what else we would need. Hopefully nothing else. All of our
Please
tools
proceed to the route.
And you hear this thing, and you guys have heard these things in the past. They're like police vehicles. They're like police motorcycles that fly around the city. But this one sounds different. This one sounds like a police vehicle on steroids.
Yeah, it was like modded out, right?
Yeah, when it gets to the top end of the revving, you hear another piece click in, and it's like all the way to the top. And
do we have to listen to this?
I was gonna say we gotta hear this.
And then it's
yeah.
Really
and then the cabin comes down. And you don't hear anything except for you're looking at the dash and it looks like it's running smoothly. The gauges are all lit up. So
what do you guys want to do for like 6 hours?
I got Remoli. Does anyone know how to play?
Oh yes, I do.
I need a big table with a mat.
I don't know.
Do you have pennies?
I need nine pennies per round. I think we should play.
I've got some actually.
50 rounds. So
I've got 20 pennies in my pocket.
We're gonna need a lot more.
Just for your.
Oh my god, this is amazing! Your in-flight video is brought to you by Alice Guthrie Industries.
So here's where you are in the United Canadian and American States. Okay, and you guys are located here in Manhattan.
Is Quebec separated?
It is.
Wow.
They finally got separated.
Good for them.
Separatists.
All right. Now, it only shows North America, even though...
Sudbury's on the map, eh? Wow.
Yeah.
Did you say A? Oh, Sudbury's on the map, eh?
Oh, wow. They
yeah.
Good for them.
Oh, I don't
know. So, based on this,
play a game where we're like Canadians.
Oh, Christmas.
Oh, no. It's the holidays.
My Valley accent's gonna come out.
Oh, sorry.
Can't wait.
All y'all.
Going to be so fun. Yeah.
Eh?
Drink some Canadian Club, eh?
Oh, eh?
It's going to be a good time.
So based on what he told you, you were able to. Here, I'm going to share this one now too. I'm really into the details, you know. So here's Earth as we know it now. So here's where
flat. It's a flat Earth.
You were,
Flat
okay?
Earther?
I don't believe it's round.
And he told you that you could fly from here to about South America on one tank of gas. Okay? So if we're being honest, that's about
halfway.
800 kilometers for you American friends. So yeah, we're gonna say you're about there, and you got to fly to.
Oh, looks like there's an island.
Germany, which is here.
No, there's no island.
Yeah, looks like there is.
Oh,
so you fly to
Ponce Delgada, of course.
All right,
My favorite island.
Is that kind of where you fly to?
Yeah.
You might be running low on gas by the time you get there.
We go to the casino there.
Okay.
It's a big trading port now.
That's where you guys are going?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you spend 6 hours flying at a high rate of speed. No, let's say it's quicker than that. 4 hours. This thing's fly quickly, and this thing's souped up, and it's got extra gas, and you're fucking flying. However, you start to feel sputtering in the engine, Justin, or I should say Charlie. You're and
sputtering in this engine.
Yeah, and Ash even realizes it. Ash is What are you thinking, Ash?
I think that sounds a lot different than the blumbling of my old car. It sounds like a sputtering in this new car. Like a Russian who's really unhappy.
Yeah. But then you look down at the gas gauge, Charlie, and sure enough, it's at flat dead empty.
He said that he filled it up. That lying, no good stuff.
You guys are fucking over 4,000 kilometers from where you started.
Yeah, well, it's a plane. Isn't that what they do?
He told you
It's
that you
not
can only
a
fly so
plane.
far.
It's super not a plane.
No, you guys
keep
are
saying
like,
plane and it's not.
Well,
No.
I was under the wrong impression.
Well, do we have
This
any
is
gas
like-
on board here?
no. And
Oh,
you wouldn't even be able to fill it up if you did.
Why not?
Well, because you're flying.
So what?
The gas
way.
tank outside, you have to like pull it up to the right side.
Oh, you know what? I did say that there was gas on board.
Yes. So I grab the gas canister and I start putting on some gloves.
What gloves are you
Right.
putting on?
I believe they should work for this.
Kevin gives you his like AR gloves.
And they're gecko tape gloves.
Oh.
Oh, your
And,
gecko tape gloves.
and so long as we aren't going too fast, I should be able to go out there. It's a bit risky, but
So let me get this straight. Instead of landing on a nearby island, you're gonna open up the lid of this still flying cruiser, while the pilot,
it's
okay, might be
autopilot.
autopilot.
How
Still
fast are we
fluttering.
going? Like pretty fucking fast, right?
Well, let's see, 400 kilometers. You made there in
Divided by 6
4,000.
hours.
You're going about 1,000 kilometers an hour. Yeah,
This
maybe
is
you're not going that
Charlie's
fast.
Let's just land the goddamn plane, Charlie.
Oh, fine. I take off my gloves.
Finally, a voice of reason.
Very interesting. Fine. All right. Now I got to figure out how to land this thing.
I know that you're like really into this Mission Impossible shit, but like maybe we should just not.
Cortana.
Huh?
Cortana.
That's hello, Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where is the nearest
The
place to
nearest
land?
gas station is 4,000 kilometers behind you.
Damn it.
No,
what
it's
about
still
the
set to
nearest-
ground rules.
Oh yes.
Are you playing the?
No, I was
Sure.
just being a dick.
Sure, you
I
can
was
play
gonna
it.
do it, but please.
No, okay, fine.
I'll let you play it, but I'm going to tell you what to say.
Tell me what to say. You just type it out.
I'm going to.
Perfect.
Let me get there.
Cortana, are you still there?
Yes,
Do I have to-
Charlie, I am here. You look beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I've still
Your
got it on
eyes
gratuitous
sparkle
compliments.
in
No,
the
no.
night sky.
Turning
We
off
don't-
gratuitous
We don't really have time for
compliments
this. We do
here.
not.
Well, I have skill
Gas
in
gauge
software.
empty.
That's not...
Gas gauge empty. Gas
Thank you,
gauge
Cortana.
empty.
Now, where is the nearest fueling station or a
is on
nearby island?
island.
All right, where is that? Can you
It
take
is-
us there?
It is 200 kilometers in front of you to the northwest.
Cortana, are you all right?
It is called the Penitentiary District. Delgada.
Drive.
All right, well, take us there, Cortana. Thank you.
Landing.
You-
Landing.
You're much
Prepare to
better than
fight.
Siri, by the
It
way.
is a penal colony.
Kevin does a spit take.
I love these
Yes.
old-fashioned AI systems.
Landing
That's right.
at Penitentiary District in Delgada, aka New Australia.
Nordis
What VO artist did they get to do that?
Alex, stop typing things. That's
It's
too many things.
Nordis
Too many things to-
Penitentiary.
yes. So Cortana,
Goodbye.
the AI system on board, I should say the autopilot. It's not an AI system. On board the
She's a
police
real
cruiser
girl.
tells you that yes, you're landing on the Nordist Penitentiary Island, which is the Delgada Penitentiary District. So you land, and I got nothing. You fill up gas.
What do we see? Is it
There's a big
beautiful?
casino. There's a big casino with bright lights.
Yeah.
Everything
on the
is
edge.
sea turtle themed, but it's like space
Sure,
sea
sure.
turtle.
Yeah.
So you land, and as you are lowering onto this island, I'm gonna not show you guys. I'm getting confused because I'm looking at you each. As you land on this small island, you see it's a teeny tiny island. There is a big neon sign that says gas here, right? And it's kind of facing down like that. And then there is a big there seems to be some sort of gambling town, right? And then on the other side of the island, as you're lowering down, you see just darkness. And from what you can tell, there are thick walls, and that's what you assume is the penitentiary.
Is the sea turtle sanctuary?
Right.
Yes. Also a penitentiary. So half the island.
This island is half turtle penitentiary and half meta-human and human penitentiary.
And
Turtle casino.
And ultimately what happens is it's a fill station for flights that are passing by, as well as for the penal colony, the penitentiary planes that come to this area to drop off prisoners. And what generally happens, this penal colony is one of the bigger colonies in the world, and prisoners generally leave the one side, are allowed to get on the plane to go home, but then end up going to the other side. So you've got this whole district of, it's like a Las Vegas type thing, where it's full with lots of criminals, and a big police station as well, that the criminals end up being put back into the same penal colony. So it's kind of like this vicious cycle that many of these prisoners never leave the island for many, many years. Even if they're only in the prison for 2 years, they end up going to the other side, getting in trouble.
So they just stay on this island for generation after generation. Why are all these humans looking half turtle?
Or they end up getting an education.
Yes.
What's with all these turtle-looking children?
Spending their time resuscitating.
That boy has a shell.
turtles that end up.
And that's what happens. So you come down, and your cruiser lands in one of the smaller bays, and there's many bays. You can see different size ships. There's large ships and smaller ships, and there's big ships that say like Delegata penal colony on it, and out of it are walking prisoners. And as you land, a turtley looking man comes up to you and he's like, would you like a pill?
Was your mommy a turtle or was your daddy a turtle?
The people of this island take great offense to being called turtley looking, sir. Please don't say.
Watch it, Ash. God.
Don't you know anything about anything, Ash?
God.
I
Everybody
assume
take a
you
fucking step
landed
back. This guy
here.
looks like a fucking turtle.
I assume that you landed here because of the gasoline sign and not for the penal colony. Is that correct?
Yes,
is
sir.
this?
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We do
Like a
need
Walmart
gas.
greeter.
We need gas for sure.
Okay. And then you see him slowly moving over to the gas pump, and he picks
so
up this
slowly.
large connector tank, and you see him look back at the cruiser, and he says, "Oh yes," and he takes another connector piece off the top. He connects it to the top of the hose, so it's a proper connection, and he drags it
Take
back.
your time, buddy. Take your fucking time.
I'll tell you what, if you guys want me to fill your tank and go spend some time in Nordest city, then you can. And
Do you have any
and
rabbits
maybe
that
you'll-
you could beat at filling up our fucking tank?
Sir, I told you before, we don't take kindly to these jokes.
That wasn't
And
a
then he
joke.
hooks up the gas tank to the pipe, and he says, "Gas is 100 nuyen, one per one gallon."
Perfect. That's actually quite reasonable. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, not bad actually. It's some of the best out here in these islands.
Are there more gas stations in these islands?
Only a few, but yes, there are. They have to gas up a lot of the commercial jets that come through here.
I no doubt you're
And-
the best.
And so do you guys decide to fill up and go?
I don't know. I kind of want to check out this Nordis town and all the other turtle people that we run into.
Okay.
I think of all the names, the people you might meet.
I just want to see how many different turtle accents.
Actually, you know what?
Alex
It is actually quite brilliant that they'd have a casino on this island as well, because so they've got this penal colony, and that's one thing. And they have to make money somehow, so they fill up gas, which is another way to make money.
Yeah.
But where they really make their cash is from the casino, because they take so long to fill up the gas because, well, they're turtles.
Right.
And he's really trying to sell it too. You can tell that they make some money from doing this.
People are going to go to the casino because they're bored of watching Girdle over there fill up.
You say, what's your name again?
Girdle.
Girdle the turtle. Let me ask you a question.
Thanks, Kevin, by the way, for the idea there, Joe.
You got any? You got a lot of transient folks staying on this island temporarily, maybe coming twos and fros.
We have a whole penitentiary on this island. And Nordist, they often go to Nordist and then back to the penitentiary.
I'm just
But
thinking, I turn to Charlie and Kevin. I say, I'm just thinking we're here anyway. What are the chances maybe some Sander Krupp associates might be on this island one way or another? Maybe as prisoners, maybe as guests of the casino.
Yeah, perhaps there are some other Shadowrunners who are here looking for some petrol.
Well, I'm just thinking this. We're going to go over to Germany, and we're going to be hooking up with Hermes, and we're going to be looking for a Sander Krupp contact to sort of scale out the down and out of the inner sanctum of Sander Krupp, right? So we're looking for an ex-employee. Now, if you're an ex-employee of Sander Krupp, it's not likely you're going to be walking around the streets with your head held high. Maybe you are on the wrong side of the law even, and maybe you got caught. Is there any way we can maybe tap into this penitentiary and maybe see if there's any Sander Krupp ex-cons inside? What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, probably worth a look-see for sure.
Perhaps even the casino. I mean, casinos are a place where people like to go when they're running from other people.
I'm just thinking if they're in the
Perhaps they need
penitentiary,
money.
they're going to be more likely to give us information because... what are they
Yes,
gonna
but
do?
it also is more likely that we'll be caught and found out.
Well, I don't know. I've played a lawyer a few times. I could always go in pretending to get the guy off on a technicality.
Gentlemen, before I begin pumping, I need you to exit the vehicle. It's
Right.
one of our rules. And he points to the sign on the wall that says exit vehicles when pumping gas.
Rule 1.
Yeah. You know, you might as well find something to do. It's going to be about 5 hours to fill your tank.
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ.
You see, the pumps, they're hand-powered. And he pointed, no, not really.
Really slow turtle pump.
It's just a really big process. They have to fill, it's a tank filled with
You don't have to justify it. I believe it.
air. Okay.
I have lots of credits. What do you suggest I should do as someone with lots of credits?
Well, if you go over to Nordist, there's a couple of casinos that I have some friends and even relatives that work at. In fact, many of the people that live on this island work at the casinos over in Nordist.
Oh, I thought you were going to say many of the people who live on this island are your relatives.
Well, that too. You're a funny one there, Mr. What's your name?
Mr. Umber.
All right, Umber. Well,
Charleston Umber.
if I could make one special recommendation, it would be to see the Big L in Nordis. It's one of the nicest casinos and the luckiest casino, if I do say.
Is it shaped like a big L?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Great.
You
So it's
can't
not just a
miss
clever
it.
name.
No.
A little bit on the nose, but
All right. So, and I'd speak to that too. So I guess our idea here would be to look in the casino or maybe the pen, See if there's anyone here that works at Seder Crop. Might be a better connection than going over straight to Germany and finding out someone. Are we in agreement on this?
I agree, yes. Let's see if we can find someone. Oh, I'm tired. I haven't slept a wink.
Well, me neither. Maybe we lodge up at that casino as well and get a little shut-eye.
Good idea. Where do we start? Casino or the penitentiary with your idea?
I'm thinking we start.
By taking a really good nap.
I was just about to say, let's start in 2 weeks with Shadowrun Part 3! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Shadowrun Part 2. We are stuck on Turtle Island. What the fuck? Jesus.
Well, thank you.
Sometimes you just gotta roll with what your players throw at you, and when they insist that there are turtles here, you just say, "Sure."
All right. Yes, and
I guess I can be a turtle for a while.
Yes, and that's exactly right.
isn't that it?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been such a blast, chatting and let's start looking for endgame XP. While I say thank you again to Alex, who's been running this very complicated system. Huge
Awesome game, Alex.
Hey,
No problem.
Very good.
I hope everybody out there in Cyberland is enjoying this. Entertaining.
Obviously they are.
Cyberland.
Cyberland. Cyberland.
Does whatever the
Cyber
can. Shubba.
Evolved into murmuring.
I don't know if we were live when we talked about this, but we are going to take a break next week.
Yes.
And come back to this December 13th.
Yep. Yeah, next week we'll do a one-shot, and Zia's poll has hopefully decided what the one-shot will be. But yeah, next week we'll be doing a one-shot. And
unfortunately, my work schedule precludes me from being able to join us.
Which means it'll be a super memorable, crazy,
really fun
game that she'll kick herself, wishing she could have been a part of.
Yep,
It looks like we're going to be playing maybe Scooby-Doo and the Call of Cthulhu.
That sounds fun.
And the
I love it.
That's the only one that I voted for because I liked it. So
Perfect. Then I think it's
Zoinks!
the winner. I'm not reloading right now, but next week, Scooby-Doo and the Call of Cthulhu. It will be a one-shot for sure.
We had a lot of activity on the chat from, Dustin's always hanging around. We've seen a lot of William M87. We've been seeing a lot of Megan, Miss Deadly Company.
Yes, but she got it last week.
I know she got it last week. Just really excited about her.
Tough. Yeah. No,
Can't
I'm
pick
really
favorites
excited
two in a
too.
row.
I know. I mean,
Who's Jeff M? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck Dragon Worshippers.
Who's Jeff M?
I don't know. He's been up and around. Jeff M.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are...
Oh my god, I just realized I get to do the credits for next week. That's going to be fun. I'm going to be like old Scooby-Doo.
What? Wait a minute. It's not old Mr. Man. It's...
I wish I was saying, what are you guys? I was in a Scooby-Doo style play when I was in high school.
Oh, well, it's going to be one to
Who did you
remember.
play? Who did you play?
I was a French maid that took care of the whole haunted house that basically the main characters were staying at, and I was just the person who was in every room don't mind me.
And were you
doing the spooky stuff?
or were you super suspicious?
I was the assistant to the person who was in charge of everything because I was the person behind the scenes planting all the spooky stuff.
Sorry, we should have said spoilers. For anybody who hasn't seen Joe's
Jeff
play.
McDonald
Spoilers!
from Facebook. I'd say let's give it to Jeff McDonald.
Yeah, Jeff McDonald.
You're a winner. Ha ha ha.
You're a winner.
And who won, Mickey?
Winner. Gagnon.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been a blast. Shadowrun Part 2. We are going to be back next week with Call of Cthulhu, Scooby-Doo and the Call of Cthulhu.
Scooby-Doo?
This has been an Invictus production.
And we are also going to be... Oh, and a spooky stream this weekend. You let me know whether you want it Friday or Saturday. I'll put a poll tomorrow if no one did one. And that is it from us. hope you have a fantastic night and a fantastic weekend. Hopefully we'll see you at the spooky stream. And as my boy Justin always likes to say,
Oh shit, I'm not prepared.
oh shit, I'm not prepared.